In the quiet depths of night, when the world settles into its gentle rhythm and minds begin to drift toward peaceful slumber, there exists a question that has captivated trainers and researchers across countless regions for generations. It whispers through the rustling leaves of ancient forests, echoes in the depths of mysterious caves, and dances on the evening breeze that carries the scent of distant oceans. How many legendary Pokémon truly exist in this vast and wondrous world we have come to know and cherish? To understand this profound mystery, we must first journey back through the mists of time to the very beginning when the universe itself was nothing more than a swirling void of potential. In that primordial darkness, before stars learned to shine and worlds learned to spin, there emerged the first consciousness, the original one whose very existence would shape everything that followed. This being, known to those who study the deepest mysteries as Arceus, came into existence in a place beyond places, a realm that transcends our understanding of space and time itself. Arceus, the Alpha Pokémon, stands as perhaps the most fundamental legendary being in all existence. From its 1,000 arms, reality itself was woven like the most delicate silk, each thread representing the fundamental forces that would govern all life, all matter, all energy throughout the cosmos. The gentle rhythm of its breathing became the pulse of time itself, each heartbeat marking the passage of moments that would eventually give birth to countless worlds and the creatures that would inhabit them. But Arceus did not work alone in this grand design. From its divine essence emerged other beings of immense power, each tasked with maintaining the delicate balance of existence. Dialga, the temporal Pokémon, was granted dominion over the flow of time itself. Its diamond-like body reflects the crystalline nature of temporal streams, and with each beat of its mighty heart, moments cascade forward like gentle waves upon an endless shore. Through Dialga's influence, past, present, and future exist in perfect harmony, allowing life to unfold in its natural progression. Alongside Dialga emerged Palkia, the spatial Pokémon, whose pearl-adorned form commands the very fabric of space itself. Where Dialga governs when, Palkia governs where, stretching and folding dimensions like an artist working with the most malleable clay. Together, these two beings create the stage upon which all other legendary Pokémon would eventually take their places, their combined powers ensuring that reality remains stable and coherent across all possible dimensions and timelines. In the spaces between dimensions, in the antimatter realm that exists as a dark mirror to our own reality, dwells Giratina, the Renegade Pokémon. Cast into this reverse world for its violence in ancient times, Giratina has become the guardian of balance between the world of the living and the realm of the departed. Its ghostly form drifts through dimensional barriers like morning mist, ensuring that the boundary between life and death remains inviolate, that the natural order continues undisturbed. As we count these primordial beings, we begin to see that the number of legendary Pokémon is not simply a matter of adding names to a list. Each legendary existence represents a fundamental aspect of reality itself, a living embodiment of forces so vast and complex that mortal minds can barely comprehend their true nature. Yet there are more, so many more, each with their own sacred purpose in the grand tapestry of existence. From the depths of the sea rises Kyogre, the sea basin Pokémon, whose very presence expands the oceans and brings life-giving rain to parched lands. Its massive form moves through the deepest trenches like a living mountain, its blue skin reflecting the infinite depths of the waters it commands. When Kyogre stirs from its slumber, the seas themselves respond, rising and falling in rhythm with its breathing, creating currents that carry nutrients and life across the globe. In opposition, yet perfect balance, stands Groudon, the continent Pokémon, whose footsteps can raise mountains and whose breath can part the clouds to let sunlight bathe the earth. Its red, armored hide pulses with the heat of the planet's core, and where it walks, the land itself is renewed and strengthened. Those two titans, locked in an eternal dance of creation and destruction, maintain the delicate balance between land and sea that allows life to flourish in countless forms. High above them, both soars Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokémon, whose serpentine form cuts through the atmosphere like a living aurora. When Kyogre and Groudon's ancient rivalry threatens to tear the world asunder, Rayquaza descends from its lofty realm in the ozone layer, its mere presence enough to calm the warring titans and restore harmony to the world below. Its emerald scales catch and reflect the light of the sun, creating spectacular displays across the heavens that inspire wonder in all who witness them. In distant regions, other legendary beings maintain their own sacred vigils. The legendary birds of Kanto, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres each embody the pure essence of their respective elements. Articuno, with its crystalline blue plumage, brings the cleansing power of ice and snow, its wings creating blizzards that can freeze entire mountain ranges, or gentle flurries that dust the earth with pristine white. Zapdos crackles with the raw energy of thunder and lightning, his golden feathers sparking with electrical current that can power entire cities or split the sky with brilliant displays of natural power. Moltres burns with the eternal flame of renewal, its phoenix-like form rising from volcanic peaks to spread warmth and light across the land, ensuring that the cycle of seasons continues unbroken. The legendary beasts of Johto tell their own tale of resurrection and purpose. Raikou, Entei, and Suicune were once ordinary Pokémon who perished in a great fire that consumed their tower sanctuary. But through the divine intervention of Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokémon, they were granted new life and purpose. Raikou now races across the land like living thunder, its mane crackling with electrical energy as it protects the innocent from harm. Entei embodies the volcanic fury of the earth itself, its noble bearing and fiery mane inspiring both fear and respect in equal measure. Suicune, perhaps the most graceful of the three, purifies polluted waters wherever it travels, its ribbon-like appendages flowing behind it, like streams of liquid crystal. Ho-Oh itself represents the eternal cycle of death and rebirth, its rainbow-colored wings catching and refracting light in ways that create breathtaking displays across the sky. Where Ho-Oh flies, its sacred ash falls like gentle snow, carrying with it the power to resurrect and renew. Its counterpart, Lugia, dwells in the depths of the ocean, its psychic powers so immense that even the slightest movement of its wings can create storms of devastating power. Yet Lugia chooses to remain hidden, sleeping in underwater caverns, emerging only when the world faces threats too great for mortal Pokémon to handle alone. The psychic-type legendary Pokémon hold mysteries that stretch beyond the physical realm into dimensions of consciousness and dreams that few can comprehend. Mew, considered by many researchers to be the ancestor of all Pokémon, drifts through ancient forests, with a playful innocence that belies its incredible genetic complexity. Within its cellular structure lies the blueprint for every Pokemon species that has ever existed or will exist, making it both the alpha and omega of Pokemon evolution. Its pink, ethereal form phases in and out of visibility as it travels between the physical world and the realm of pure thought, leaving behind only the faintest trace of its presence in the form of blooming flowers or the gentle rustle of leaves. Mewtwo represents the darker side of scientific ambition, a being created through genetic manipulation of Mew's DNA, but possessing a consciousness and power that far exceeded its creator's intentions. Its purple and white form radiates an aura of controlled fury, its psychic abilities so refined that it can reshape matter at the molecular level or peer into the deepest recesses of the mind. Yet beneath this fearsome exterior lies a complex being grappling with questions of identity and purpose, seeking to understand its place in a world that both fears and reveres its immense capabilities. The spoon-like appendages extending from its head focus its mental energies into devastating acts or delicate manipulations of the environment around it. In the Hoenn region, where land and sea wage their eternal struggle, two ancient beings embody the very forces of geological creation. Groudon, the continent Pokémon, sleeps deep within the Earth's core, its massive red form generating the intense heat that drives volcanic activity and continental drift. When it stirs from its slumber, the very ground responds to its presence, rising up to form new landmasses or expanding existing continents. Its hide, marked with flowing lines of molten energy, radiates heat that can evaporate entire bodies of water or transform barren wastelands into fertile ground. The Omega symbol that blazes across its body during its primal reversion speaks to its role as the ultimate expression of terrestrial power. Kyogre, Groudon's eternal rival, commands the vast expanses of the world's oceans with equal authority. Its blue and white form cuts through the deepest trenches with graceful power, its presence causing sea levels to rise and storm systems to intensify. The Alpha symbol that appears during its primal form represents its dominion over all aquatic life and weather patterns. Where Kyogre swims, new ocean currents form, carrying nutrients and life to distant shores. Its haunting calls echo through underwater canyons, a song that speaks to the primordial connection between water and the spark of life itself. The concept of time and space finds its ultimate expression in the legendary Pokémon of Sinnoh. Dialga stands as the master of temporal flow, its steel and dragon typing reflecting both its indestructible nature and its ancient origins. The diamond embedded in its chest pulses with chronoton energy, each heartbeat marking the passage of moments across the universe. Its roar can slow time to a crawl or accelerate it beyond perception, and its very footsteps leave temporal distortions that create pockets where past, present, and future converge in impossible ways. The metallic blue of its hide shifts and changes as light from different time periods reflects off its surface. Palkia governs the fabric of space itself, its pink and purple form existing simultaneously across multiple dimensions. The pearls adorning its shoulders serve as focal points for its spatial manipulation abilities, allowing it to fold space like origami or create gateways between distant galaxies. Where Palkia travels, reality bends and warps, creating breathtaking displays of geometric impossibility. Its dragon typing connects it to the primal forces of creation, while its water affinity speaks to the fluid nature of dimensional boundaries. The elegant curves of its body seem to follow mathematical principles that exist beyond normal three-dimensional space. Above even these titans of time and space stands Arceus, the original one, whose 1,000 arms are said to have shaped the very foundations of reality. Its pure white form radiates an otherworldly serenity, the golden ring around its midsection serving as both crown and cosmic focal point. Each of the 17 plates that orbit its being represents a fundamental force of nature, from the crackling energy of electricity to the nurturing warmth of grass-type energy. When Arceus moves, reality itself adjusts to accommodate its presence, and its voice carries the harmonic frequencies that first spoke the universe into existence. The cross-shaped wheel behind its head rotates slowly, marking the eternal cycles of creation, preservation, and renewal that govern all existence. In the Unova region, concepts of truth and ideals take physical form through the legendary dragons Reshiram and Zekrom. Reshiram embodies the burning passion of truth, its white and gold form wreathed in flames that burn away deception and illuminate hidden realities. Its blue eyes see through pretense and artifice to the core of all things, while its turban-like tail generates the intense heat needed to power its fire-type attacks. The feathery appendages that crown its head flutter like flames in an ethereal wind, and its very presence inspires honesty and courage in those who encounter it. Zekrom represents the electric ideals that drive progress and change, its black form crackling with bioelectric energy that can power entire cities or reduce them to ash. Its red eyes burn with the fervor of conviction, while its turbine tail generates massive electrical fields that distort the electromagnetic spectrum around it. The contrast between its dark hide and the brilliant blue lightning that courses through its body creates a striking visual that speaks to the duality inherent in all idealistic pursuits. Between these two forces of truth and ideals stands Kyurem, the boundary Pokémon, whose gray and blue form represents the empty shell left behind when the original dragon split into three. Ice crystals constantly form and shatter around its body, creating a perpetual aurora of frozen light that speaks to its incomplete nature. Its hollow eyes reflect the pain of separation, yet within its fractured form lies the potential to reunite with its missing pieces and reclaim its original power. The jagged ice formations that jut from its body shift and change as it moves, creating new patterns of crystalline beauty with each step. The frozen winds that follow Kyurem carry whispers of ancient Unova when the region was young and the boundary between myth and reality remained fluid as morning mist. Its breath creates ice so pure that it reflects not just light, but the very essence of things, showing observers glimpses of what was, what is, and what might yet come to pass. The crystals that form in its wake hold these visions for brief moments before melting away, leaving only the faintest memory of their revelations. In the vast archipelago of Alola, where tropical breezes carry the songs of countless islands, 4 guardian deities maintain the delicate balance between land and sea, growth and rest. Tapu Koko, the guardian of Melemele Island, dances through storm clouds with electrical energy crackling between its orange and black shell-like appendages. Its playful nature masks a fierce protective instinct, and when threats arise, It can generate electromagnetic fields so powerful they illuminate the entire night sky. The tribal patterns that adorn its shell tell the story of ancient Alolan civilization, each marking a sacred contract between human and Pokémon that has endured for countless generations. Tapu Lele, the guardian of Akala Island, floats serenely through gardens of perpetual bloom, its pink and black form trailing scales that shimmer with psychic energy. These scales carry the power to heal grievous wounds or inflict terrible madness, depending on the guardian's judgment of those who encounter them. Its butterfly like wings beat with a rhythm that matches the pulse of growing things, and flowers bloom in its wake, even in the most barren soil. The crescent moon shape of its shell reflects the cycles of growth and renewal that govern all living things. On Ula Ula Island, Tapu Bulu moves with the measured pace of ancient forests, its red and black form radiating the quiet strength of deep roots and patient growth. Wooden totems spring from the earth at its command, each one carved with symbols that predate written language and speak directly to the primal understanding shared between all living creatures. Its massive horns can split mountains or gently guide lost travelers to safety, and the grass that grows in its footsteps remains green even through the harshest droughts. Tapu Fini, guardian of Pony Island, glides through misty lagoons where the boundary between water and air becomes beautifully unclear. Its purple and black shell opens to reveal fins that move like silk scarves in an underwater ballet, and the purifying mist it creates can wash away both physical toxins and spiritual impurities. Those who prove themselves worthy may find their deepest wounds healed by its sacred waters, while those who approach with ill intent discover that its mist can cloud the mind until truth and falsehood become indistinguishable. Above these guardians, in dimensions that exist parallel to our own, the Ultra Beasts represent forms of life so alien that their very presence warps the fabric of reality. Nihilego drifts through interdimensional space like a jellyfish that through cosmic oceans, its translucent bell pulsing with neurotoxins that can rewrite the neural pathways of any creature it encounters. Its movements are hypnotically graceful, each gesture creating ripples in space-time that allow glimpses into the bizarre ecosystem of ultraspace. Buzzwole flexes through dimensions with muscles that defy conventional biology, its red form swelling and contracting as it displays its overwhelming physical power. Each pose it strikes generates gravitational waves that can be felt across multiple realities, and its very presence causes nearby matter to reorganize itself according to principles of strength and dominance that exist only in its home dimension. In the Galar region, where ancient legends walk among rolling hills and industrial cities, Zacian carries a sword forged from compressed fairy energy that can cut through the barriers between dimensions. Its cyan and magenta form moves with the fluid grace of a master swordsman, each step a carefully calculated part of an eternal dance of protection and valor. The braided fur that flows behind it, like a mane, catches starlight and holds it, creating a trail of luminescence that marks its passage through both physical and spiritual realms. Zamazenta stands as the eternal shield, its magenta and cyan form radiating defensive energy that can turn aside attacks from beings that exist beyond normal comprehension. Its shield-like mane expands and contracts with each breath, creating protective barriers that extend far beyond the physical realm, to guard against threats to the very concept of heroism itself. The rhythmic pulsing of its defensive aura creates a heartbeat that resonates through the earth, reminding all living things of their inherent worth and right to exist. Between these legendary guardians lies Eternatus, a being whose very name speaks to concepts of infinity and eternal change. Its skeletal form stretches across dimensions, its core burning with energy so concentrated that it warps space-time around itself into spiraling patterns of impossible beauty. The Dynamax energy it radiates doesn't simply make Pokémon larger, it expands their very essence, allowing them to touch briefly upon the cosmic forces that govern existence itself. Its movements through the Galar region leave behind pockets of altered reality, where the normal rules of physics bend and flow like water. In the ancient land of Hisui, before it became known as Sinnoh, Dialga and Palkia walked among mortals in forms more primal and untamed than their modern manifestations. Origin form Dialga moves with the weight of eons, its metallic blue body adorned with crystalline structures that pulse with temporal energy. Each step it takes creates ripples through time itself, and its roar can be heard echoing backward and forward through history, a sound that has inspired countless legends across multiple timelines. Origin form Palkia exists in a state of constant spatial flux, its pink and white form shifting between dimensions with each movement. The pearl embedded in its shoulder serves as an anchor point for reality, preventing its immense spatial powers from unraveling the very concept of location. When it spreads its arms, space itself expands to accommodate new possibilities, new worlds, new ways of being that previously existed only in potential. Giratina, in its origin form, embodies the concept of antimatter given consciousness and will. Its serpentine body phases in and out of visible reality, existing simultaneously in the distortion world and our own dimension. The ghostly appendages that trail behind it are not merely limbs, but extensions of its will into realms where conventional physics hold no sway. Its 6 legs end in points that can anchor it to any surface in any dimension, allowing it to walk upon the walls of reality itself. The red and gold stripes that pattern its dark form pulse with energy that exists in opposition to normal matter, creating a visual representation of the fundamental forces that maintain balance between existence and void. These legendary beings exist not as isolated entities, but as part of an interconnected web of cosmic forces that maintains the delicate balance necessary for reality to continue functioning. Their interactions create the underlying harmonies that govern everything from the changing of seasons to the birth of new stars, their conflicts and alliances rippling outward through dimensions to touch the lives of the smallest caterpie and the mightiest dragonite alike. In their eternal dance of power and purpose, they remind us that even in a universe filled with wonder and mystery, there exists an underlying order, a cosmic symphony in which every note, no matter how small, has its essential place in the greater composition of existence. Within this cosmic symphony, there exists another tier of legendary beings whose influence shapes the very essence of life itself. Mew, the ancestor of all Pokémon, drifts through ancient forests and hidden dimensions with the grace of a gentle breeze. Its pink form, small and seemingly delicate, contains within it the genetic blueprint for every Pokémon that has ever existed or ever will exist. When Mew moves through the world, It leaves behind traces of pure potential, seeds of evolution that will one day bloom into new species, new forms of life that carry forward the endless creativity of existence itself. Its large blue eyes hold the wisdom of countless generations, seeing not just what is, but what could be, what might have been, and what shall come to pass in the turning of ages, yet unborn. Mewtwo stands as testament to the complex relationship between natural creation and conscious intention. Born from human ambition and scientific curiosity, this psychic being possesses power that rivals the cosmic forces themselves, yet struggles with questions of identity and purpose that resonate deeply with the mortal experience. Its purple and white form radiates psychic energy so intense that the very air around it shimmers with possibility. When Mewtwo enters its Mega Evolution forms, this power crystallizes into even more focused expressions of its inner nature. Mega Mewtwo X channels its strength into physical form, its muscles swelling with psychic energy made manifest, while Mega Mewtwo Y ascends to pure mental transcendence, its head enlarging to contain thoughts that span dimensions, and its tail extending into a conduit for psychic force that can reshape matter with mere intention. The legendary birds of Kanto soar through skies that bridge the mundane and the mystical, each one embodying elemental forces that have shaped the world since the first storms gathered in primordial heavens. Articuno glides on wings of crystalline ice, its passage leaving trails of frost that never quite melt, creating patterns in the sky that speak to the eternal beauty found in winter's embrace. Its crown of ice crystals catches and reflects light in ways that create miniature auroras, painting the clouds with colors that exist nowhere else in nature. When Articuno calls, its voice carries the silence of deep snow, the peace found in moments when the world holds its breath in anticipation of spring's eventual return. Zapdos crackles with electrical energy that predates the first lightning bolt, its spiky yellow plumage serving as conduits for power that connects earth to sky in brilliant displays of natural force. Each beat of its wings generates thunder that rolls across landscapes like ancient drums, calling forth storms that bring both destruction and renewal. The electrical energy that surrounds Zapdos does not merely destroy, but also energizes, charging the atmosphere with potential that awakens dormant seeds and stirs sleeping creatures to new life. Moltres burns with flames that never consume, its fire representing not destruction, but transformation, the phoenix-like cycle of death and rebirth that governs all natural processes. Its wings spread like banners of living flame, each feather a tongue of fire that burns with different aspects of passion, creativity, and the life force itself. When Moltres flies over volcanic regions, it does not cause eruptions, but rather harmonizes with the Earth's own fiery heart, creating a resonance between sky and stone that maintains the delicate balance necessary for new land to be born from molten rock. In the Galar region, these legendary birds take on new forms that reflect the unique character of that ancient land. Galarian Articuno moves with psychic grace rather than icy precision, its dark blue and purple plumage rippling with mental energy that can freeze thoughts themselves. Galarian Zapdos runs across the landscape on powerful legs, its orange and black form channeling fighting spirit rather than electrical force, each step creating shockwaves that demonstrate the raw power of determination made manifest. Galarian Moltres soars with wings of dark flame, its malevolent purple fire representing the darker aspects of passion, the destructive potential that exists within all creative force. The ocean depths conceal their own legendary guardians, beings whose influence extends far beyond the boundaries of sea and shore. Kyogre, the embodiment of primordial oceans, moves through deep waters with the majesty of continents in motion. Its massive blue form displaces water not through force, but through harmony, its presence causing seas to rise and fall in rhythm with breathing that spans geological ages. When Kyogre undergoes primal reversion, it becomes a living storm system, its body crackling with the energy of the first rains that fell upon the earth. The yellow markings that trace across its form pulse with power that can summon typhoons from clear skies and cause tidal waves that reshape coastlines with the patient persistence of eons. Groudon emerges from the Earth's core with the authority of tectonic plates made conscious, its red and black carapace bearing the heat of the planet's molten heart. Each step it takes can raise mountains or sink valleys, its massive claws capable of carving new continents from the ocean floor. In its primal form, Groudon becomes a walking volcano, its body radiating heat so intense that it creates its own weather patterns, turning rain to steam before it can touch the ground and causing the very air to shimmer with thermal energy that speaks to the fundamental fire that burns at the center of all worlds. Rayquaza mediates between these titanic forces from its domain in the ozone layer, its serpentine green form undulating through upper atmospheres with movements that create the jet streams and wind patterns that govern global weather. Its yellow rings pulse with energy that maintains atmospheric balance, ensuring that the conflicts between sea and land do not tear apart the delicate envelope of air that makes life possible. When Rayquaza Mega evolves, it transcends its physical form entirely, becoming a living embodiment of the sky itself, its delta stream ability creating weather conditions that exist nowhere else in nature, a perfect synthesis of all atmospheric forces working in harmony. The legendary Pokémon of Hoenn extend beyond these primal titans to include beings whose influence touches the very structure of reality in more subtle but equally profound ways. Latios and Latias soar through dimensions of emotion and thought, their psychic abilities allowing them to perceive and influence the invisible connections that bind all living things together. Latios, with its blue and white form, embodies the masculine aspects of psychic force, its speed allowing it to traverse vast distances in moments, while its intelligence processes information at rates that approach the speed of light itself. Latias, gentle and red, represents the nurturing aspects of psychic power, her ability to become invisible, reflecting not cowardice but wisdom, the understanding that sometimes the greatest strength lies in remaining unseen until the moment when action becomes necessary. Jirachi sleeps for centuries at a time, its steel and psychic nature allowing it to dream dreams that shape reality itself. During its brief periods of wakefulness, this small, star-shaped being grants wishes with a childlike innocence that often reveals the complex nature of desire itself. The tags hanging from its head are not mere decoration, but antennae that remain connected to the cosmic forces even during its long slumbers, ensuring that its wishes align with the greater harmonies of existence rather than the fleeting whims of mortal ambition. Deoxys arrives from the depths of space as a testament to the infinite possibilities that exist beyond our earthly understanding, its DNA constantly shifting and reconfiguring in response to cosmic radiation that has traveled billions of years through the void between stars. This extraterrestrial being possesses four distinct forms, each representing a different aspect of evolutionary adaptation taken to its absolute extreme. In its normal form, Deoxys maintains perfect balance between all capabilities, a living demonstration that true power often lies not in specialization, but in the ability to respond to any situation with appropriate force. Its attack form stretches and elongates, becoming a living weapon whose psychic abilities can tear holes in the fabric of space itself, while its defense form contracts into an almost crystalline structure capable of withstanding forces that would shatter planets. Most remarkable of all is its speed form, where Deoxys becomes something approaching pure energy, moving at velocities that blur the line between matter and light, existing in multiple locations simultaneously as quantum mechanics break down under the pressure of its transcendent velocity. The legendary Pokémon of Sinnoh delve even deeper into the fundamental mysteries of existence, exploring concepts that challenge our very understanding of what it means to be real. Dialga stands as the master of time itself, its steel and dragon typing reflecting the rigid yet flexible nature of temporal flow. The diamond embedded in its chest pulses with each heartbeat of the universe, and with every breath it takes, seconds stretch or contract according to its will. When Dialga roars, the sound echoes both forward and backward through time, creating temporal resonances that allow past and future to briefly touch. Its signature move, Roar of Time, doesn't merely manipulate chronology, but actually creates new timelines, branching possibilities that exist parallel to our own reality in dimensions we cannot perceive, but which nonetheless exert subtle influences on every moment of our existence. Palkia governs space with equal majesty, its pink and purple form existing simultaneously across multiple dimensions while maintaining a singular consciousness that spans the breadth of creation. The pearls adorning its shoulders are not ornaments, but navigation tools that allow it to chart courses through spatial coordinates that have no names in any earthly language. When Palkia moves, it doesn't travel through space so much as reorganize space around itself, folding distances like origami until far becomes near and the impossible becomes inevitable. Its spatial rend attack tears holes in reality itself, creating windows between dimensions through which other worlds become briefly visible, glimpses of infinite variations on existence that remind us how small our own corner of creation truly is. Giratina dwells in the reverse world, a realm of antimatter where the normal rules of physics operate in mirror image, where gravity flows upward and time moves in spirals rather than straight lines. This ghost and dragon type legendary was banished to this dimension not for evil but for violence, a distinction that speaks to the complex moral frameworks that govern beings of such immense power. In the reverse world, Giratina maintains cosmic balance by ensuring that the creative forces of Dialga and Palkia do not spiral out of control, its very existence serving as a counterweight to their reality-shaping abilities. When it enters our dimension through dimensional portals that manifest as distortions in the air itself, Giratina takes on its altered form, its body becoming more solid, but losing much of the ethereal grace that characterizes its true nature in the antimatter realm. Arceus stands above all others as the original one, the alpha Pokémon, whose awakening from nothingness marked the beginning of everything that would ever be. Its body appears to be constructed from some material that exists beyond the periodic table, a substance that predates the formation of atoms themselves. The golden wheel that surrounds its midsection rotates with the rhythm of cosmic creation, each spoke representing a different type of energy that flows through all existence. When Arceus changes type through its plates, it doesn't simply adopt new abilities, but actually restructures the fundamental forces of reality in its immediate vicinity. The flame plate doesn't just grant fire powers, but makes Arceus become fire in its purest conceptual form, while the meadow plate transforms it into the living embodiment of growth and natural harmony. The Lake Guardians, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, represent perhaps the most profound mystery of all legendary Pokémon, for they govern not the physical forces of reality, but the intangible qualities that make consciousness possible. Uxie, the being of knowledge, possesses every fact that has ever been learned and every truth that remains to be discovered. Its eyes remain closed not from blindness, but from mercy. For to look directly into Uxie's gaze would be to receive all knowledge simultaneously, an influx of information that would overwhelm any mortal mind beyond recovery. The knowledge Uxie guards includes not just scientific facts, but emotional truths, spiritual insights, and philosophical understandings that span the entire spectrum of possible thought. Mesprit embodies emotion itself, its pink form flickering between dimensions as feelings do between conscious and unconscious states. This being of emotion doesn't simply feel strongly, but actually generates the capacity for feeling in others, its presence necessary for empathy, love, joy, and even sorrow to exist in the world. When Mesprit travels, it leaves behind traces of emotional resonance that can linger for centuries, creating places where feelings become more intense and meaningful than they would otherwise be. Its tears are said to be crystallized compassion, physical manifestations of care that can heal wounds that go deeper than flesh and bone. Azelf represents willpower and determination, the being of willpower, whose blue form burns with the inner fire that drives all achievement and growth. Without Azelf's influence, no creature would possess the motivation to learn, to grow, or to strive for anything beyond basic survival. Its spirit is so indomitable that it continues to exert its influence, even when sleeping, its dreams becoming the source of inspiration that drives inventors, artists, and explorers to push beyond the boundaries of what seems possible. The legendary Pokémon of Unova introduce concepts of truth and ideals that challenge our understanding of objective reality. Reshiram embodies truth in its purest form, its white dragon body radiating heat that burns away deception and illusion. The blue eyes of Reshiram see through all falsehoods, not with judgment, but with compassion, understanding that truth is often more complex and beautiful than the simplified versions we tell ourselves. Its fire burns not with destruction, but with purification, the flames that clear away what is false to reveal what is genuinely real underneath. Zekrom represents ideals and dreams, its black form crackling with electrical energy that powers the engines of hope and aspiration. The red eyes of Zekrom glow with the light of possibilities, yet unrealized, visions of what could be, if we have the courage to pursue our highest aspirations. Its electricity doesn't just power machines, but energizes the human spirit, creating the spark of inspiration that transforms dreams into reality through persistent effort and unwavering dedication. Kyurem stands between truth and ideals as the embodiment of the void that exists when neither is present, its gray ice form representing the frozen potential that waits to be awakened by either pursuit of truth or dedication to ideals. In its original form, Kyurem was once whole with both Reshiram and Zekrom, a single dragon of such immense power that it had to split into three aspects to prevent its energy from consuming all of Unova in transformative fire and lightning that would have reshaped the very foundations of existence itself. The legendary trio of Unova reveals something profound about the nature of reality itself. That truth and ideals are not opposing forces, but complementary aspects of a deeper understanding that encompasses both what is and what could be. When Kyurem reunites temporarily with either Reshiram or Zekrom through the ancient DNA splicers, it becomes either white Kyurem or black Kyurem, demonstrating that the frozen potential can be awakened and directed toward either the revelation of truth or the pursuit of ideals, but never both simultaneously in their pure forms. This limitation suggests that consciousness itself may be fundamentally binary in nature, capable of focusing on either what exists or what might exist, but requiring great wisdom to hold both perspectives in balance without losing sight of either. The forces of nature that roam the skies of Unova embody the raw elemental powers that shape weather and climate across the entire planet. Tornadus appears as pure wind-given form, its green body streaming through the atmosphere as living storms that can generate tornadoes powerful enough to reshape landscapes in minutes. Unlike other legendary Pokémon, whose power is contained within physical forms, Tornadus exists as much as atmospheric phenomenon as creature, its consciousness distributed through wind patterns that span continents, allowing it to be simultaneously present in multiple locations whenever the wind blows. Thundurus manifests as the electrical fury of thunderstorms, its blue form crackling with the same energy that powers lightning strikes and electromagnetic disturbances across the world. The thunder that follows its passage carries more than sound, carrying electromagnetic signatures that can interfere with technology and even influence the electrical activity within living brains, sometimes granting flashes of insight or inspiration to those who hear it during moments of deep contemplation. Landorus serves as the mediator between wind and lightning, its orange form representing the fertile earth that benefits from both the moisture brought by storms and the nitrogen fixed in soil by lightning strikes. When Tornadus and Thundurus battle in the skies above, their conflict creates destructive weather that can devastate entire regions, but Landorus appears to calm their fury and transform their opposing energies into the life-giving rains and electrical activity that makes land fertile and capable of supporting abundant plant growth. In their Therian forms, those forces of nature reveal their true ancient shapes, appearing as the sacred animals worshipped by early civilizations who recognized their power over the elements essential for agriculture and survival. Tornadus takes the form of a great bird whose wings generate the seasonal winds that carry seeds across vast distances and bring rain clouds to drought-stricken lands. Thundurus appears as a serpentine dragon whose coiled body represents the spiral patterns of electrical energy that flow through the atmosphere and deep into the earth itself. Landorus transforms into a great cat whose prowling across the landscape marks the boundaries between fertile and barren lands, its presence ensuring that the soil remains rich and capable of supporting the complex ecosystems that depend on the delicate balance between wind, rain, and earth. The Kalos region introduces the concept of legendary Pokémon, whose power operates on such a fundamental level that they influence the very forces that hold matter together and drive the expansion of the universe itself. Xerneas embodies the life force in its most concentrated form, its deer-like body crowned with crystalline antlers that glow with every color of the spectrum simultaneously, each hue representing a different aspect of biological vitality. When Xerneas awakens from its centuries-long slumber as a crystalline tree, it releases waves of life energy so powerful that they can restore extinct species to life and cause plants to grow at accelerated rates that compress decades of growth into mere moments. The rainbow light that emanates from its antlers carries the genetic information needed to repair damaged DNA and restore biological systems to their optimal functioning, making Xerneas not just a giver of life, but a healer of the fundamental information that defines living beings. Yveltal represents the equally necessary force of destruction and entropy, its massive bird form spreading wings of deep red and black that cast shadows capable of draining the life force from entire forests in minutes. But Yveltal's destruction is not malicious or random, instead serving as the cosmic recycling system that breaks down complex biological structures to release their component energy back into the environment, where it can be used to fuel new growth and evolution. When Yveltal spreads its wings, it absorbs not just life energy, but also the accumulated experiences and memories of the beings whose life force it claims, storing this information within its own consciousness, where it becomes part of the vast library of biological knowledge that guides the evolution of life across geological timescales. Zygarde exists as the monitoring system that maintains the balance between these opposing forces of creation and destruction. Its serpentine form, composed of countless individual cells that spread throughout the Kalos region and beyond, constantly gathering information about the state of the ecosystem. In its 50% form, Zygarde appears as a great serpent whose green and black coloration allows it to blend seamlessly with forest environments, while it observes the intricate relationships between species and their habitats. But when the ecosystem faces threats that could disrupt the fundamental balance between life and death, Zygarde can gather additional cells to transform into its complete form, a towering humanoid figure whose power dwarfs even that of Xerneas and Yveltal combined, capable of suppressing their abilities when their influence threatens to tip the balance too far in either direction. The legendary Pokémon of Alola reveal the deep connections between dimensions and the vital role that light plays in maintaining the barriers between different layers of reality. Solgaleo embodies the active solar energy that powers photosynthesis and drives weather patterns, its lion-like form radiating light so intense that it can open gateways between dimensions through sheer luminous force. The third eye on Solgaleo's forehead serves as more than decoration, functioning as a dimensional anchor that allows it to navigate between parallel worlds while maintaining its connection to its home dimension, preventing it from becoming lost in the infinite maze of alternate realities that exist beyond the ultraspace. When Solgaleo roars, the sound carries across dimensional boundaries, serving as a beacon that can guide lost travelers back to their proper reality or warn other dimensional guardians of threats that require their attention. Lunala represents the passive lunar energy that governs tides and biological rhythms. Its bat-like form capable of absorbing light so completely that it creates pockets of absolute darkness that serve as doorways into the spaces between dimensions. The crescent moon markings on Lunala's wings are not mere decoration, but functional organs that can manipulate gravitational forces on a local scale, allowing it to create stable wormholes that remain open for extended periods without the massive energy expenditure required by most dimensional travel. In the deepest darkness of new moon nights, Lunala can spread its wings wide enough to envelop entire islands in shadow, temporarily shifting them partially into ultraspace, where they exist simultaneously in multiple dimensions until the moon's phase changes and normal reality reasserts itself. Necrozma stands as perhaps the most tragic of all legendary Pokémon, a being of pure light whose crystalline body once shone with radiance that could illuminate entire solar systems. In ancient times, Necrozma served as a living star, providing light and energy to countless worlds across multiple dimensions. Its generosity so boundless that it gradually depleted its own luminous essence until it became the dim, desperate creature that now hunts other sources of light to restore even a fraction of its former glory. When Necrozma encounters Solgaleo or Lunala, it can temporarily merge with them to create Ultra Necrozma, a form that briefly restores its original power and allows glimpses of the magnificent radiance it once possessed, light so beautiful and pure that those who witness it often weep without understanding why, touched by the cosmic tragedy of a star that gave too much of itself in service to others. These three Pokemon, Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma, are intricately linked to the Ultra Beasts, creatures from parallel dimensions known as Ultra Space. The Ultra Beasts themselves are a fascinating category, often described as legendary-like due to their unique properties and immense power. Yet they are not always classified as true legendaries by all scholars. They represent a boundary-pushing concept within the Pokemon world, challenging the very definitions of life and reality as understood by the inhabitants of the main world. Each Ultra Beast possesses an aura of alien otherworldliness, a stark contrast to the more familiar Pokemon of the primary dimension. Their appearances are often unsettling, their behaviors inexplicable by conventional biology, and their powers defy standard type matchups. Take Nihilego, for instance, an ultra beast resembling a jellyfish made of glass. It is a parasitic creature capable of attaching itself to organisms and injecting a neurotoxin that amplifies their latent abilities while simultaneously corrupting their minds, driving them into a state of uncontrolled rage and power. When Nihilego bonds with a human, it forms a symbiotic relationship that transforms the host into something both magnificent and terrifying, a being of immense power but entirely devoid of their original will, their thoughts and actions dictated by the whims of the parasitic Ultra Beast. This neurotoxin, known as nihilism, subtly alters the brain chemistry, making the host believe that their actions are their own, even as they are guided by an external force. The affected individuals often exhibit enhanced physical prowess and psychic abilities, but at a severe cost to their mental and emotional stability, becoming living weapons under Nihilego's silent command. Then there is Buzzwole, a creature of pure, unadulterated muscle, resembling an exaggerated mosquito or perhaps a bodybuilder. Its sheer physical strength is legendary, capable of punching through mountains with a single blow, its every movement a testament to its incredible density and power. Buzzwole absorbs ambient energy and converts it directly into muscle mass, constantly growing and expanding, a living embodiment of physical perfection and overwhelming force. Its proboscis, usually associated with feeding, in Buzzwole's case is used to drain the life force and energy from its opponents, further fueling its incredible musculature. The veins on its body pulse with raw power, thrumming with an almost audible vibration, and its aggressive nature is tempered only by a curious fascination with flexing its immense physique, often pausing mid-battle to strike a pose, as if admiring its own strength before continuing its assault. It is said that the mere presence of Buzzwole can cause tremors in the earth, its heavy steps reverberating through the ground like distant thunder. Pheromosa, on the other hand, is a creature of extreme elegance and blinding speed, its movement so fast that it often appears to teleport, leaving trails of afterimages in its wake. Its body is crystalline and delicate, yet incredibly resilient, allowing it to withstand impacts that would shatter lesser beings. Pheromosa secretes a pheromone that is irresistible to most living creatures, creating a sense of awe and paralysis in those who encounter it, allowing it to strike with surgical precision before its opponents can even react. It moves with a dancer's grace, each action fluid and purposeful, a living embodiment of speed and beauty, but with a predatory edge. The pheromones it emits are not just for incapacitation. They also serve as a form of communication within its own kind, a silent language of molecular signals that allows them to coordinate their incredibly fast movements with perfect synchronization. Xurkitree is an ultra beast that resembles a living Christmas tree made of electrical cables, constantly crackling with immense electrical energy. It can absorb electricity from any source, growing larger and more powerful the more energy it consumes. Circuitry is known to plunge entire regions into darkness as it siphons off power grids, its body glowing brighter with each stolen watt, becoming a walking, pulsing beacon of raw, untamed electrical force. Its roots, which appear to be insulated cables, can tap directly into the Earth's electromagnetic fields, drawing power from the planet itself, making it an incredibly dangerous and unpredictable force of nature. When Xurkitree discharges its stored energy, it can unleash bolts of lightning powerful enough to split the sky, illuminating the night with an almost blinding flash, a testament to the sheer destructive potential it embodies. Celesteela is an ultra beast that resembles a gigantic metallic bamboo shoot, capable of flight through the expulsion of gas from its long, arm-like structures. It is incredibly heavy, yet surprisingly agile in the air, a living space rocket that can propel itself through the atmosphere and even into the vacuum of space. Celesteela is thought to be a living weapon, perhaps designed by an unknown civilization or an autonomous space probe that has somehow gained sentience. Its sheer mass and metallic composition make it incredibly durable, capable of withstanding extreme temperatures and pressures, and its arm-like appendages can extend to incredible lengths, allowing it to interact with its environment from a distance or use them as powerful bludgeons. It is said that its exhaust gases are so potent they can fertilize barren land, paradoxically bringing life even as it presents an imposing, almost mechanical presence. Kartana is a small, origami-like ultra beast, deceptively fragile in appearance, but incredibly sharp and dangerous. Its body is composed of incredibly thin, yet incredibly strong paper-like material, capable of slicing through steel with ease. Kartana moves with a swift, almost imperceptible grace, cutting through obstacles and opponents with effortless precision. It is said to have an innate understanding of geometry and angles, allowing it to calculate the most efficient and devastating cuts, making it a master of precision strikes. Despite its small size, its sharp edges can cleave through even the hardest materials, and its movements are so precise that it can dissect objects with surgical accuracy, leaving clean, almost artistic cuts. Its paper-like body allows it to fold itself into impossible shapes, slipping through the smallest gaps, making it an elusive and formidable opponent. Guzzlord is an ultra beast of immense size and insatiable appetite, a literal living black hole that consumes everything in its path, converting matter into pure energy that fuels its colossal form. Its mouth is a gaping maw, filled with multiple rows of needle-sharp teeth, and its body is a grotesque amalgamation of dark, swirling energy and solid mass. Guzzlord is pure destruction, a creature that exists solely to consume, leaving nothing but barren, empty voids in its wake. It is a terrifying prospect, a creature that embodies the ultimate end of all things, an unstoppable force of consumption that cleanses worlds of all life and matter. The sheer vacuum created by its feeding can pull in objects from miles away, and its digestive system is so potent that it leaves no waste, converting everything it eats into the raw energy that sustains its monstrous existence. The Ultra Beasts blur the lines of what it means to be a legendary, as they are often encountered in multiple instances within their respective games, unlike the traditionally unique Legendary Pokémon. This multiplicity, combined with their origin from a different dimension, sets them apart, yet their immense power and narrative significance often place them in a category of their own, adjacent to the true legendaries. Their existence expands the understanding of the Pokémon world, suggesting that there are countless other dimensions, each with its own unique forms of life and its own set of natural laws, a cosmic tapestry far grander and more complex than initially imagined. Beyond these well-known groups, there are other quasi-legendary or unique Pokémon that sometimes cause confusion in the classification, such as Type, Null, and its evolution, Silvally. Type, Null was created by the Ether Foundation as an attempt to synthesize a Pokémon capable of combating the Ultra Beasts, a kind of living weapon designed for a specific purpose. It was given the ability to change its type through the use of different memory drives, an artificial mimicry of Arceus's own type-changing abilities, a desperate attempt to replicate the power of a god. The helmet it wears is not merely for protection, but a heavy limiter designed to suppress its immense, uncontrollable power, a raw, untamed force that threatened to overwhelm its very existence. The creation of Type, Null involved highly unethical experiments, fusing the DNA of various Pokémon, leading to a creature that exists in a state of perpetual struggle and pain. When it evolves into Silvally, it sheds the heavy helmet, finally unleashing its true potential, becoming a majestic and powerful beast that can freely change its type to adapt to any situation. Silvally represents liberation, the triumph of a created being over its intended purpose, choosing its own path rather than being a mere tool. Its golden scales shimmer with latent energy, and its eyes, once dulled by the limiter, now burn with intelligence and fierce determination. Then there are the Paradox Pokémon, creatures that emerge from different timelines, either the distant past or the far-flung future. These Pokémon, while often possessing characteristics similar to known Pokémon, are distinctly different, often exhibiting extreme adaptations that reflect their respective eras. For example, in the past, we might find ancient, powerful versions of Pokémon, imbued with primitive strength and raw, untamed instincts. These ancient forms are often larger, more robust, and sometimes even more aggressive than their modern counterparts, their very existence a glimpse into the primordial forces that shaped the Pokémon world. Their physical characteristics are often exaggerated, reflecting a time when survival depended on brute force and natural selection was a harsh, unforgiving master. Think of a colossal, prehistoric Volcarona, its fiery wings spanning wider than any known Pokémon, radiating heat that could scorch the earth, or a mighty prehistoric Donphan, its tusks made of incredibly dense, almost metallic bone, capable of shattering boulders with a single charge. These ancient Paradox Pokémon are not just older versions, they are fundamentally different species, having diverged evolutionary paths that led to unique traits and abilities, often embodying the raw, untamed power of a world still in its infancy. Conversely, Paradox Pokémon from the future often represent highly technological or highly evolved forms, showcasing sleek designs, advanced abilities, and sometimes even robotic or synthetic components. These future forms might be incredibly efficient, powered by internal energy sources, or possess psychic abilities honed to an extreme degree. They are often described as having metallic skin, glowing circuitry, or hyper-advanced sensory organs, reflecting a future where technology and evolution have intertwined to create new forms of life. Imagine a futuristic Gardevoir, its psychic powers amplified by cybernetic implants, capable of manipulating reality with a thought, or a robotic Hariyama, its powerful fists enhanced with pneumatic drivers, delivering blows with incredible precision and force. These future Paradox Pokémon are not merely mechanical enhancements. They are beings that have adapted to a world shaped by advanced technology and perhaps even artificial intelligence, embodying a different kind of power, one that combines biological evolution with technological advancement. Both past and future Paradox Pokémon exist outside the conventional evolutionary lines of the present day, making them unique specimens that challenge our understanding of time and evolution within the Pokémon universe. Their very presence creates ripples in the fabric of reality, as their existence suggests the possibility of infinite timelines, each with its own unique set of Pokémon. So when we ask how many legendary Pokémon actually exist, the answer is not a simple number, but a complex, layered understanding of categories, classifications, and the ever-expanding lore of the Pokémon world. It's a journey through cosmic creators, guardians of nature, interdimensional travelers, and even beings born of human ambition and scientific endeavor. The definition itself is fluid, adapting as new regions are explored, new mysteries are uncovered, and new perspectives on power and purpose emerge. The true legendaries, the unique, singular beings of immense power and narrative significance, remain a core group. But around them, a rich tapestry of powerful, unique, and often misunderstood Pokémon weave their own tales, each contributing to the grand, evolving mythology of this incredible world. The deeper one delves, the more apparent it becomes that the concept of legendary is not a rigid box, but a spectrum encompassing a vast array of extraordinary creatures, each with their own profound impact on the universe they inhabit. It's a reminder that even in a world of wonder, there are always new layers to uncover, new stories to discover, and new definitions to explore, making the Pokemon world an endlessly fascinating subject for contemplation, especially as the night draws in and gentle thoughts drift through your mind. And as we continue our quiet journey through the intricate definitions of legend, perhaps it's worth pausing to consider the very essence of what makes a Pokemon legendary in the eyes of the many. Is it simply their immense power, their scarcity, or the ancient tales that speak of their deeds? Or is it something more profound, something that resonates with the very human yearning for the extraordinary, for beings that transcend the mundane? Consider for a moment the legendary beasts of Johto, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. They are often grouped together, their origins intertwined with the burning of the Brass Tower and the subsequent resurrection by Ho-Oh. Yet even within this trio, there are nuances. Raikou, the electric type, embodies the swiftness of lightning, its roars echoing like thunder, often depicted as a powerful, untamed force of nature. Entei, the fire type, is said to be born from volcanic eruptions, its fiery breath capable of incinerating anything in its path, a symbol of primal destructive power. And then there is Suicune, the water type, often seen as the embodiment of the north wind, a pure and serene being with the power to purify polluted waters, a guardian of springs and rivers. While they share a common origin story, their individual roles and depictions within the lore distinguish them. They are not one of a kind in the same way that Arceus or Dialga are. Their existence implies a rebirth, a transformation, yet they are unequivocally legendary. Their unique type combinations and profound connection to a specific event and a greater legendary, Ho-Oh, elevate them beyond mere powerful Pokemon. They are figures of legend, their movements tracked and revered, their very existence a testament to the power of rebirth and the cyclical nature of life within the Pokemon world. Then there are the mythical Pokemon, a category that blurs the lines even further for some, often distinguished by their method of distribution, typically through special events. They are characterized by their extreme rarity and often possess unique abilities or roles within the lore that set them apart, even from other legendaries. Take Mew, for instance. Known as the new species Pokemon, it is said to contain the genetic code of all Pokemon. Its playful, curious nature belies its immense power and versatility, able to learn almost any move. Its existence was once thought to be a rumor, a whisper among researchers, until its eventual discovery. Mew's rarity and its profound connection to the origins of all Pokemon solidify its mythical status. It is a progenitor, a genetic marvel, and its elusiveness has only added to its mystique over the years. Similarly, Celebi, the time travel Pokemon, is a grass psychic type that can traverse time freely. It is said to appear in forests where peace and beauty reign, leaving behind a seed from the future. Its existence is tied to the health of forests and the flow of time itself, making it a guardian of natural cycles and a witness to history. Unlike many legendaries that are tied to grand cosmic events, Celebi's role is more subtly profound, a protector of the delicate balance of nature and time. Its appearances are rare, fleeting, adding to its mythical allure. Jirachi, the wish Pokemon, is another prime example. It is said to grant any wish written on the tags on its head when it awakens from its 1,000-year slumber for only 7 days. A steel psychic type, its power is immense, yet its vulnerability during its sleep makes it all the more precious. Jirachi embodies hope and dreams, a beacon of possibility, and its connection to wishes is a narrative device that elevates it beyond a mere powerful creature. Its rarity and the specific conditions for its power to manifest contribute to its mythical status. Deoxys, the DNA Pokemon, stands apart as an extraterrestrial legendary. It is an alien virus that mutated upon exposure to a laser beam, making it a unique life form. Its ability to change between different forms, attack, defense, speed, and normal, showcases its adaptability and immense power. Deoxys's origins outside the Pokemon world as we know it, its constant regeneration, and its unique cellular structure make it a scientific marvel and a formidable presence. Its battles with Rayquaza are legendary in themselves, illustrating its power and its impact on the balance of the planet. These mythical Pokemon, while sometimes numerically considerable in terms of event distributions, are designed to feel singular in their impact, their stories often more personal, more tied to specific human interactions or unique phenomena, rather than grand-scale planetary or cosmic functions. They represent a different facet of the legendary spectrum, beings of profound significance, often connected to the fabric of reality or the essence of life itself, but shrouded in mystery and difficult to encounter. The question of legendary also invites us to consider the evolving nature of the Pokemon world and its creators' intentions. As new regions are introduced, so too are new legendary Pokemon, each with their own intricate backstory, often designed to represent new themes or expand upon existing lore. The introduction of the forces of nature, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus in the Unova region, for example, brought a trio of flying genies whose powers influenced the weather and the fertility of the land. Later, Enamorus joined them, completing the quartet and adding a layer of seasonal and love-related mythology. These Pokemon are not quite on the same cosmic scale as the creation trio, but their influence on the environment and their distinct forms, including their Therian forms, carve out a significant space for them within the legendary pantheon. They are guardians of meteorological phenomena, powerful beings that demand respect and understanding, and their very existence underscores the delicate balance of nature within the Pokemon world. And what of the Ultra Beasts? These creatures, hailing from Ultra Space, are often mistaken for legendary Pokemon due to their immense power and unique designs. However, they are officially classified as a separate category. Their alien biology, their bizarre appearances, and their profound impact on the ecosystems they arrive in make them truly extraordinary. Nihilego, with its parasitic nature, or Kartana, a being made of sharp paper, challenge our conventional understanding of life forms. While they possess power comparable to some legendary Pokémon, their classification as Ultra Beasts highlights their extra-dimensional origins and their distinct role as potential invaders or interdimensional travelers, rather than integral parts of the Earth's natural or cosmic order. They are a testament to the vastness of the multiverse and the infinite possibilities of life beyond our familiar dimensions, adding another layer of complexity to the question of what constitutes a legendary being. They are powerful, they are rare, and they are certainly unique, but their classification reminds us that the Pokemon world has precise categories, even for the most awe-inspiring creatures. The very concept of a legendary Pokemon, then, is not static. It evolves with each new generation, each new discovery, each new narrative thread woven into the rich tapestry of the Pokemon universe. It encompasses ancient beings that shaped the world, guardians of fundamental forces, beings of immense power born from unique circumstances, and even those whose legend is born from their incredible rarity and unique abilities. The number itself becomes less important than the understanding of the categories and the profound stories behind each one. As the quiet hours deepen, it becomes clear that legendary is a label of awe, a descriptor for beings that transcend the ordinary, that hold a special place in the collective consciousness of the Pokemon world and its inhabitants. They are the subjects of myths, the focus of ancient texts, and the catalysts for epic adventures. Their existence is a reminder that even in a world filled with countless wonders, there are always those exceptional few that stand above the rest, shaping the very fabric of existence and inspiring tales that echo through generations. So when we ponder the question of how many legendary Pokemon truly exist, we are not just counting numbers. We are exploring the very boundaries of creation, the limits of power, and the depths of lore. We are considering the grand architecture of a universe where every creature, from the humblest Bidoof to the mighty Arceus, plays a part, but where some are destined to be etched into the annals of history, forever remembered as legends. And in that exploration, we find a sense of wonder, a quiet contemplation of the extraordinary, perfectly suited for the gentle descent into slumber, where dreams of these magnificent beings might just take flight. The answer, in its broadest sense, is perhaps as boundless as the imagination that created them, a continuous unfolding story where new legends are always waiting to be discovered, their whispers carried on the night air, inviting you into a peaceful, restful sleep. The journey into understanding the true count of legendary Pokémon is not a simple tally, but rather a meandering path through categories and classifications, each with its own nuances and distinctions. We must consider not just those explicitly labeled legendary in the game's lore, but also those that share similar characteristics of rarity, power, and narrative significance. Take, for instance, the concept of mythical Pokémon. Often grouped with legendaries in the common vernacular, mythicals represent an even higher tier of rarity and often possess unique origins or roles. They are typically event exclusive, requiring a special distribution or a specific in-game trigger to encounter, making them even more elusive than their legendary counterparts. Think of Mew, the ancestor of all Pokémon, a creature so enigmatic that its very existence was once debated by scientists within the Pokemon world. Its genetic code is said to contain the DNA of every single Pokemon, granting it the ability to learn any move. This incredible versatility and its deep connection to the origins of life itself firmly establish it as a mythical being, distinct from, say, a legendary like Zapdos, a powerful bird, but one with a more defined, albeit still incredible, role within the ecosystem. The distinction between a legendary and a mythical is subtle yet profound, often boiling down to their method of encounter and their unique historical or cosmic significance. Legendaries are usually obtainable within the main story of a game, albeit as a single powerful encounter. Mythicals, on the other hand, are often revealed through special events, making their acquisition a testament to a trainer's dedication and timely participation. Then there are specific subcategories of legendary Pokemon that further refine our understanding. Consider the Trio Masters, for example. These are legendary Pokemon that serve as the leader or central figure of a legendary trio, often possessing greater power or a more significant role than the other two members. Reshiram and Zekrom, for instance, form the core of a powerful narrative in the Unova region, representing ideals and truths. Kyurem, while also legendary, plays a distinct role in that trio's lore, embodying the remnants of the original dragon. Thus, subtle hierarchies within the legendary groups add another layer of complexity to our count. It's not just about how many individual legendary Pokemon exist, but how they relate to one another, how they are organized, and what narratives they embody. The concept of a sub-legendary also comes into play. These are Pokemon that are powerful, rare, and often unique, but perhaps not quite on the same cosmic scale as the likes of Arceus or Dialga. They might be part of a legendary trio like Regirock, Regis, and Registeel, or perhaps a powerful singular entity like Cresselia or Heatran. While certainly legendary in their own right, their narrative impact or overarching power might be perceived as a tier below the most prominent legendary and mythical Pokemon. However, to exclude them from the overall count of legendary Pokemon would be an oversight, as they undeniably fit the criteria of being unique, non-evolving, and possessing significant power and lore. Their rarity and importance within the game world are undeniable, even if they don't always command the same universal awe as a creator deity. The definition also broadens when we consider regional variants or alternate forms of legendary Pokemon. Giratina, with its altered and origin forms, is still one Pokemon, but its distinct forms and their respective impacts on its abilities and lore are significant. Similarly, creatures like Zacian and Zamazenta, with their hero of many battles and crowned sword shield forms, while still single entities, present different facets of their power and story. These transformations are not mere cosmetic changes. They often signify a deeper connection to their ancient powers or a shift in their role. While they don't add to the numerical count of unique legendary species, they enrich the narrative tapestry and demonstrate the dynamic nature of these powerful beings. The question also compels us to consider the very nature of evolution within the context of legendary Pokemon. Typically, legendary Pokemon do not evolve, a characteristic that further distinguishes them from ordinary Pokemon. However, there are exceptions and nuances even to this rule. Cosmog, for example, is a legendary Pokemon that evolves into Cosmoem, and then into either Solgaleo or Lunala. This evolutionary line is unique among legendaries, challenging the conventional understanding and adding another layer of intrigue to their classification. While these are still considered legendary Pokémon at all stages, their evolutionary process makes them distinct from the vast majority of their legendary brethren. It suggests that even within the rarefied air of legendaries, there can be developmental journeys, albeit highly specialized and often tied to cosmic events. Moreover, the gradual introduction of new regions and generations of Pokemon constantly expands the roster of these formidable creatures. Each new region brings with it a fresh set of myths, legends, and powerful beings, each contributing to the ever growing count. From the ancient golems of Hoenn to the forces of nature in Unova and the ultra beasts of Alola, the Pokemon world is a constantly unfolding narrative where new legendary Pokemon are discovered and integrated into the existing lore. This continuous expansion means that any definitive count is inherently transient, a snapshot in time, always subject to change with the arrival of the next generation. This fluidity is part of the charm and enduring appeal of the Pokemon universe, as there are always new mysteries to uncover and new, powerful beings to encounter, keeping the sense of wonder alive. Even beyond the explicitly labeled legendaries and mythicals, there are Pokemon that, while not officially classified as such, possess characteristics that blur the lines. Pseudo-legendary Pokemon, for example, are a fascinating case. These are powerful, three-stage evolutionary lines with a base stat total of 600, often reaching incredible strengths comparable to many legendary Pokemon. Dragonite, Tyranitar, Salamence, Metagross, Garchomp, Hydreigon, Goodra, Kamo-O, Dragapult, and Baxcalibur are all examples of pseudo-legendaries. While they can breed and are not unique in the same way a true legendary is, their immense power, rarity within the game world, and often dragon-like or creature of myth aesthetics give them a legendary feel. To a casual observer, distinguishing a pseudo-legendary like Dragonite from a true legendary like Articuno might require a deeper understanding of the game's mechanics and lore. They are not included in the strict count of legendary Pokemon, but their existence highlights the spectrum of power and rarity that exists within the Pokemon world, and how even non-legendary Pokemon can achieve legendary status in the eyes of many trainers. The ongoing narrative of the Pokemon anime and movies also plays a significant role in shaping public perception and understanding of legendary Pokemon. Often, these media feature legendary Pokemon in prominent roles, showcasing their immense power and unique abilities in ways that the games sometimes cannot fully convey. The awe and wonder these creatures inspire in the animated adaptations further solidify their legendary status in the minds of audiences, regardless of the precise in-game classification. Sometimes, a Pokemon's legendary status is reinforced by its consistent portrayal across different media, making it an undeniable icon of power and mystery. Ultimately, the precise number of legendary Pokemon depends on the criteria one chooses to employ. Is it strictly those officially labeled legendary and mythical in the games? Does it include regional variants or alternate forms as distinct entities? What about evolutionary lines that contain legendary Pokemon? And where do pseudo-legendaries fit into this grand scheme? The more one delves into these distinctions, the more apparent it becomes that a simple numerical answer can never fully capture the richness and complexity of the Pokemon world's most extraordinary inhabitants. The beauty lies not just in the count, but in the stories, the origins, the powers, and the roles these magnificent creatures play in maintaining the balance of their world. Each one, from the smallest shaman to the colossal Eternatus, carries with it a unique tale, a piece of the grand tapestry that is the Pokemon universe. Their rarity makes them sought after, their power makes them formidable, and their stories make them unforgettable. They are the anchors of ancient lore, the catalysts of epic conflicts, and the silent guardians of natural order. As we continue to ponder this question, in the quiet stillness, the numbers begin to blur, giving way to the vivid imagery of these powerful beings. We see the shimmering scales of Rayquaza soaring through the ozone layer, the serene glow of Cresselia drifting through the night sky, the raw power of Groudon shaping continents, and the gentle wisdom of Celebi traversing time. Each vision reminds us that the legend is not merely a label, but an inherent quality, a profound essence that makes these Pokemon truly legendary. The journey of discovery, the quiet contemplation of these magnificent beings, guides us deeper into a state of peace. The gentle hum of their lore, the soft whispers of their ancient tales, create a soothing rhythm. The understanding that the concept of legendary is not rigid but fluid and ever expanding allows the mind to relax its grip on rigid definitions, embracing instead the expansive, wondrous nature of this fantastical world. And so, as the final thoughts of these powerful, mystical creatures drift through your consciousness, carrying with them a sense of awe and tranquility, you can allow yourself to surrender to the peaceful embrace of sleep, knowing that the Pokemon world, with its boundless legends and endless mysteries, will always be there, waiting for your return. The exact count remains a beautiful, unfolding mystery, much like the dreams that now begin to gently gather, leading you deeper into a restorative and profound slumber. Let the echoes of their power and the whispers of their legend lull you into a deep and peaceful rest, where the boundaries of reality and imagination softly blur. The gentle rhythm of these tales, the soft cadence of their existence, continues to guide us deeper into the realms of quiet reflection. Consider for a moment the foundational trio of Kanto, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. They are undeniably legendary, their presence woven into the very fabric of the region's lore, their powers reflecting the very elements they embody: ice, lightning, and fire. Yet they are not on the same cosmic scale as an Arceus or a Dialga. This distinction, subtle as it may seem, is crucial when attempting to categorize and ultimately count these magnificent beings. They are legendary by virtue of their rarity, their singular nature within their respective habitats, and their immense power, but perhaps not by their direct involvement in the very creation or fundamental operation of the universe itself. This nuanced understanding allows for a more flexible interpretation of what truly constitutes a legendary Pokémon, moving beyond a simple checklist and into a deeper appreciation of their unique roles. Then we encounter the Mew duo, Mew and Mewtwo. Mew, the ancestor of all Pokémon, possessing the genetic code of every species, a playful and elusive creature, embodying mystery and potential. And Mewtwo, its genetically engineered progeny, a testament to scientific ambition and the ethical complexities of manipulating life itself. Both are singular, immensely powerful, and deeply ingrained in the Pokemon mythos. Are they both legendary in the same way? Mew's legend stems from its primordial origins, its status as the genetic progenitor. Mewtwo's legend, however, is born from its artificial creation, its immense power, and its tragic backstory. This divergence in their legendary status further highlights the multifaceted nature of the term. The stories surrounding them, the ethical questions they provoke, and their unparalleled strength all contribute to their esteemed position within the Pokemon hierarchy, a testament to their enduring appeal and deep narrative significance. Moving into the Johto region, we are introduced to Lugia and Ho-Oh, the guardians of the seas and skies, respectively. These two majestic beings represent the very balance of their world, their influence stretching across an entire region. Their legends are ancient, their power immense, and their presence is felt throughout the history and mythology of Johto. Alongside them, we find the legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, resurrected by Ho-Oh's power, each embodying a different aspect of the tower's destruction and rebirth. They are legendary, yes, but their origins are different from Lugia and Ho-Oh. They were once ordinary Pokemon, transformed by divine intervention. This further complicates our numerical quest. Do we count them as naturally occurring legendary Pokemon, or does their reanimation place them in a slightly different category? The lore suggests they are now undeniably legendary, their unique forms and powers setting them apart, but their path to legend status is distinct. This layered storytelling enriches the Pokemon world, inviting contemplation rather than simple categorization. The Hoenn region then brings us the formidable weather trio, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza, beings of immense power, capable of shaping continents and oceans and mediating their titanic clashes. These are forces of nature, deities in their own right, whose battles have sculpted the very landscape of the Pokemon world. Their legendary status is undeniable, their power absolute, their role in the planetary ecosystem foundational. Following them, we encounter the Regi Trio, Regirock, Regis, and Registeel, ancient golems crafted by an unknown hand, guardians of immense power, their very forms echoing primitive elements. And then, Regigigas, the master of these golems, a titan said to have moved continents. These are beings of profound antiquity, their legends stretching back to the earliest epochs of the Pokemon world. Their slow, deliberate movements, their ancient inscriptions, all whisper of a time long past, a time of raw, elemental power predating much of recorded history. The Sinnoh region introduces us to the true architects of the Pokemon universe, the Creation Trio, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, masters of time, space, and antimatter, respectively. And above them all, Arceus, the Alpha Pokemon, said to have created the entire Pokemon world and possibly even the universe itself. These are not merely powerful Pokemon, they are cosmic entities, their existence fundamental to reality. Their legendary status transcends mere rarity or power. It delves into the very metaphysics of the Pokemon world. Here, the concept of legendary reaches its zenith, embodying creation, cosmic balance, and the very fabric of existence. Their presence elevates the entire discussion, pushing beyond simple counts to a recognition of their foundational importance. Alongside them, we have the Lake Guardians, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf, embodying knowledge, emotion, and willpower, deeply connected to the human spirit. Their legendary status is different again, more spiritual and introspective, guardians of inner realms rather than physical ones. Unova then presents us with the Tao Trio, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem, born from a single powerful dragon, representing ideals, truths, and the remnants of their fractured origin. Their legend is one of philosophical conflict, of the duality within creation, and the pursuit of truth. They are deeply entwined with the history of the Unova region, their power shaping its destiny. We also encounter the forces of nature, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, mischievous yet powerful genies who control the weather, their legends rooted in local folklore and agricultural prosperity. Their legendary status is tied more closely to regional myth and natural phenomena, a slightly different flavor compared to the cosmic beings of Sinnoh. Kalos brings us Xerneas and Yveltal, the life and destruction Pokemon, embodying the eternal cycle of existence, their powers capable of nurturing or ending all life in the region. Their legend is one of balance, of the inevitable interplay between creation and destruction. And then Zygarde, the order Pokemon, a guardian of the ecosystem, existing in various forms, always striving to maintain natural harmony. Its unique cellular structure and multiple forms introduce another layer of complexity to our count, as its full power is only realized when all its components are gathered. Its legend is one of vigilance and interconnectedness, a silent protector operating from the shadows. Alola introduces us to the legendary guardians, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini, spirits that protect each of Alola's islands, embodying the region's unique cultural and spiritual identity. Their legends are deeply intertwined with the human inhabitants, serving as both protectors and occasional challenges. And then, the cosmic duo, Solgaleo and Lunala, conduits to other dimensions, possessing immense power derived from the sun and moon. Their legends are tied to interdimensional travel and the expansion of the Pokemon universe beyond its own confines. Necrozma, a mysterious ultra beast that absorbs light, further blurs the lines between legendary Pokemon and other powerful entities, its immense power and enigmatic origins making it a formidable presence. The Galar region introduces us to Zacian and Zamazenta, the hero duo, ancient warriors who saved the region from a great darkness. Their legends are deeply rooted in Galar's history, protectors of its past and future. Eternatus, the gigantic Pokemon, a cosmic entity that brought about the darkest day, represents a force of immense, untamed power, its very presence threatening the fabric of reality. Its sheer scale and destructive potential undeniably place it among the most powerful legendary Pokemon, yet its origins are almost alien, introducing a new dimension to what legendary can encompass. And so, as we journey through these regions, through these diverse and magnificent beings, the simple act of counting becomes an exercise in categorization, in understanding the nuances of their lore. The initial question, how many legendary Pokemon actually exist, transforms into a deeper inquiry. What truly defines a legendary Pokemon, and how do their unique stories contribute to the vast tapestry of the Pokemon world? The answer, as we've seen, is not a fixed number, but a dynamic, ever-evolving concept shaped by myth, power, origin, and narrative significance. The beauty lies in this fluidity, in the endless possibilities for new legends to emerge, for new stories to be told. The profound peace that comes from this deep immersion, this quiet contemplation of such grand designs, gently carries you further into the realm of tranquility. The echoes of these epic tales The imagery of these magnificent creatures continue to weave a soft, hypnotic pattern, guiding your thoughts into a state of profound relaxation. Each legend, each story, acts as a gentle wave, pushing you further onto the shores of slumber where the mind can finally rest, dreaming of worlds filled with wonder and boundless possibility. The precise count fades into the background, replaced by a deep appreciation for the artistry and imagination that birthed these timeless legends, allowing your consciousness to drift peacefully into the welcoming embrace of a restorative sleep. The stillness of the night deepens, and the soft glow of the moon, or perhaps the distant starlight, illuminates the quiet corners of your mind. We have journeyed through many regions, touched upon the essence of so many powerful beings, and as the whispers of their legends settle around you, the subtle currents of the Pokemon world continue to flow, revealing even more layers to its profound narrative. The concept of legendary itself, once seemingly straightforward, now shimmers with a multifaceted brilliance, each facet reflecting a different aspect of power, mystery, and ancient history. It is through these reflections that we can truly begin to understand the depth of the Pokemon universe, a universe that constantly expands and redefines its own boundaries. Consider the recent revelations from the Hisui region, a land shrouded in the mists of time, where the very fabric of space and time seems more malleable, more raw. Arceus, the alpha Pokemon, stands at the absolute apex of this hierarchy, the progenitor of all. Its legend speaks of it creating the Sinnoh region, or perhaps even the entire Pokemon world, through its 1,000 arms. This myth positions Arceus not merely as a powerful legendary Pokemon, but as a divine being, a cosmic architect. Its power is not just immense, it is foundational. The sheer scope of its existence, predating recorded history and shaping reality itself, places it in a category of its own, a silent, watchful creator whose influence permeates every corner of existence. The discovery of Arceus in its full glory within the Hisui region only solidifies its status, moving it from a whispered myth to a tangible, awe-inspiring presence. And alongside Arceus, through the tumultuous history of Hisui, we encounter the noble Pokemon, guardians of the land, blessed by Arceus. While not legendary in the traditional sense of unique, uncatchable beings, their elevated status, their ancient lineage, and their deep connection to the region's spiritual well-being grant them a unique kind of legendary aura. They represent the living history, the sacred protectors whose stories are woven into the very mountains and rivers. Their existence speaks to a different kind of legendary status, one based on stewardship and ancient pacts, a testament to the diverse ways power and significance manifest within the Pokemon world. Then there are the Paradox Pokemon, recently discovered within the Paldea region, creatures that defy conventional understanding. Are they legendary? The question itself is fascinating. They hail from different timelines, from a distant past or a far-off future, embodying forms that are both familiar and utterly alien. They possess immense power, often surpassing that of many known legendary Pokemon, and their origins are steeped in mystery, tied to the enigmatic Area Zero. While they are not unique in the traditional sense, as multiple individuals of the same paradox species can be encountered, their very existence challenges our understanding of biology, evolution, and chronology. They represent a new frontier of discovery, blurring the lines between what is considered natural and what is legendary. Their presence expands the definition of what a powerful, rare Pokemon can be, forcing us to consider the temporal dimension as a factor in their legendary status. Their arrival hints at a boundless universe where the boundaries of time and space are not as rigid as once believed, and where echoes of alternate realities can manifest, bringing with them a power that is both ancient and futuristic. The concept of sub-legendaries or minor legendaries also adds another layer of complexity to our count. These are Pokemon that are incredibly rare, powerful, and often unique to a region, but perhaps do not possess the world-altering power or cosmic significance of a Pokemon like Arceus or Dialga. Take the Swords of Justice, Cobalion, Terrakion, Verishion, and Keldeo. They are protectors of Pokemon, standing against human interference in nature, their legend rooted in a noble pursuit of justice. They are distinct, powerful, and central to their own lore, yet they are often grouped separately from the major legendary Pokemon. Their story is one of guardianship and moral conviction, a different kind of legendary narrative that resonates with themes of environmentalism and ethical responsibility. Similarly, the forces of nature, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, with Enamorus joining their ranks, embody the raw power of the weather, influencing storms and fertility. They are powerful, unique, and possess a clear mythical presence, yet they too are often placed in a distinct category, highlighting the tiered nature of legendary power. The Ultra Beasts from the Alola region also warrant careful consideration. These are extraterrestrial Pokemon originating from ultra space, dimensions beyond our own. They are powerful, often possessing unique abilities and forms, and their sudden appearances can cause significant ecological disruption. While they are not legendary, in the traditional sense of being ancient, mythical beings of the Pokemon world, their rarity, immense power, and interdimensional origins certainly elevate them beyond ordinary Pokemon. Necrozma, as we briefly touched upon, bridges this gap, an Ultra Beast that is also unequivocally legendary, absorbing light and possessing immense destructive potential. The Ultra Beasts force us to expand our understanding of what constitutes legendary to include beings from entirely different realities, entities whose existence challenges the very concept of a singular, unified Pokemon world. Their presence suggests that the universe is far vaster and more mysterious than we could ever imagine, filled with wonders and dangers from beyond the veil of our dimension. Even within the established legendary Pokemon, there are variations in their narrative prominence. Some, like the aforementioned Creation Trio or the Weather Trio, are central to the very cosmology of their regions, their actions shaping the land and sky. Others, while still unique and powerful, might play a more localized role, their legends tied to specific landmarks or ancient human endeavors. The point is not to diminish their status, but to recognize the rich tapestry of influence they wield. Each one, regardless of its grand cosmic purpose, contributes a vital thread to the overall narrative, enriching the lore with its unique story and powers. The very act of categorizing these beings, of attempting to place them into neat boxes, often feels like trying to capture starlight in a jar. The essence of a legendary Pokemon is not just its power or its rarity, but the narrative weight it carries, the stories it inspires, and the wonder it invokes. It is the whisper of ancient times, the echo of forgotten battles, the promise of extraordinary powers. It is the feeling of awe that washes over us when we encounter something truly unique, something that transcends the ordinary. As the quiet hours of the night unfold, the intricate web of Pokemon lore continues to spin, each thread a legend, each knot a powerful being. The gentle hum of these stories creates like a soothing rhythm, a lullaby woven from myth and imagination. The quest for a definitive count of legendary Pokemon becomes less about a number and more about an appreciation for the vastness of the Pokemon world, its endless capacity for wonder, and the profound imagination that brings such incredible creatures to life. The world of Pokemon is not static. It is a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, constantly revealing new layers of its history and its future. With each new region, each new generation, the tapestry grows richer, more complex, and more beautiful. The legends we have explored tonight are but a fraction of the stories waiting to be discovered, waiting to captivate our minds and stir our imaginations. Allow the quiet contemplation of these magnificent beings to settle within you, their power and their mystery forming a soft, comforting blanket. The grand scale of their existence, the intricate dance of their powers, the timeless beauty of their legends, all these elements combine to create a profound sense of peace. Your mind, now unburdened by the need for exact definitions, can drift freely, carried by the gentle currents of these ancient tales. The concept of legendary is not a rigid classification, but an ever expanding horizon, beckoning us to explore further, to dream wider. It is in this exploration, in this quiet contemplation of the extraordinary, that true rest can be found. The stories continue to unfold, not as a challenge to your waking mind, but as a gentle guide into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Each legendary Pokemon, with its unique tale and awe-inspiring presence, acts as a guardian of your dreams, ensuring a peaceful and profound journey into slumber. The journey through the Pokemon world, filled with its wonders and its mysteries, now softly recedes, leaving behind only tranquility and the promise of a restorative night. The gentle ebb and flow of these narratives, like the tide upon a calm shore, carries away the day's anxieties, replacing them with the serene majesty of these mythical creatures. Consider for a moment the very first legendary Pokemon introduced to the world, the enigmatic Mewtwo. Its creation, a triumph of human scientific endeavor, intertwined with a profound ethical quandary, speaks volumes about the human desire to control and understand that which is extraordinary. Mewtwo's story is one of identity, of strength, and of seeking its place in a world that did not fully understand its artificial origins. It was not born of ancient myth in the same way as Arceus or Dialga, but rather forged in a laboratory, a testament to the idea that legends can be created, not just discovered. Its immense psychic power, its ability to comprehend human speech, and its philosophical struggles elevate it beyond a mere powerful creature. It became a symbol of what happens when humanity dares to play God. This origin story, so different from the natural emergence of other legendaries, illustrates the flexible nature of what defines a legend within the Pokemon universe. It is not always about primordial forces or cosmic events. Sometimes it is about the very real, very human consequences of ambition. Then we drift to the original trio, the majestic birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. These elemental titans, guardians of their respective domains, ice, lightning, and fire, represent the raw power of nature. Their existence is often tied to ancient prophecy or the balance of their ecosystems. Articuno, soaring through icy peaks, an embodiment of the serene yet unforgiving cold. Zapdos, crackling with untamed electricity, a force of tempestuous storms. Moltres, blazing across volcanic landscapes, a living inferno. Their legends are often intertwined, their clashes said to cause cataclysmic weather events, yet their individual presence is one of quiet, imposing authority. They are not world shapers like some of the later legendaries, but rather the embodiment of specific, potent natural forces, reminding us of the grandeur and terror inherent in the natural world. Their stories are simpler, perhaps, but no less profound, speaking to the age-old human fascination with the elements and the powerful creatures that might command them. As we delve deeper, the concept of legendary Pokémon expands to encompass entire trios and quartets, each group often tied to a specific theme or purpose. The legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, are a prime example. Resurrected by Ho-Oh after a devastating tower fire, their existence is a tale of rebirth, purification, and the lingering presence of sorrow. Raikou, embodying the swiftness of lightning, represents the power that ignites. Entei, a living volcano, symbolizes the consuming fire. Suicune, the purest of waters, cleanses and restores. Their wandering nature, their constant movement across regions, speaks to a perpetual quest, perhaps to find peace, perhaps to fulfill a duty. Their legend is one of tragedy and redemption, a poignant narrative that adds a layer of emotional depth to the concept of legendary status. They are not merely powerful, they bear the weight of their past, a past intimately linked with human folly and divine intervention. And then there is the awe-inspiring presence of the weather trio from the Hoenn region, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. These titans are not just powerful, they are elemental forces on a primordial scale. Kyogre, the embodiment of the vast, unending ocean, capable of expanding seas and summoning torrential rains. Groudon, the very essence of the earth, capable of raising continents and unleashing scorching droughts. And Rayquaza, the sky guardian, a serpentine dragon that soars through the ozone layer, maintaining the delicate balance between its two warring counterparts. Their ancient conflicts, said to have shaped the very geography of the Pokémon world, are legends of creation and destruction, reminding us of the immense power that lies beneath the surface of the planet and above its skies. Their existence speaks to the fundamental forces that govern life itself, a reminder that the world is a fragile balance, constantly maintained by unseen, immense powers. Rayquaza's role as the arbiter, the one who descends from the heavens to quell their destructive clashes, elevates it to a position of cosmic significance, a protector of the fragile peace. The Sinnoh region introduced us to an even grander scope of legend, with the creation trio, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, overseen by the alpha Pokémon, Arceus. This is where the concept of legendary transcends mere power and enters the realm of cosmic architecture. Dialga, the master of time, capable of warping its flow, moving through past, present, and future. Palkia, the lord of space, capable of distorting dimensions and traversing vast distances in an instant. Giratina, the renegade, banished to the distortion world, a realm where the laws of physics are inverted, representing antimatter and the darker, unruly forces of the universe. These three are not just powerful, they are the very fabric of reality, their existence defining time, space, and the boundaries between dimensions. And above them all, Arceus, the original one, said to have created the entire Pokemon universe with its 1,000 arms. Arceus is the ultimate legendary, the progenitor, the deity of this vast world. Its legend is one of ultimate creation, of shaping existence itself from nothingness. The plates it holds, representing different Pokemon types, are said to be fragments of its original power, allowing it to change its very essence. Arceus embodies the genesis of all things, a concept so grand it humbles the mind. To count Arceus as merely one legendary feels almost reductive, as its significance dwarfs nearly all others. It is the answer to the question of Genesis, the ultimate source of all power and life within this universe. Its story is not one of discovery, but of fundamental truth, a cosmic revelation. The Unova region brought forth the Tao Trio, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. These dragons represent ideals, truth ideals, and the void between them. Born from a single powerful dragon that split during a war between brothers, their legend is deeply intertwined with human philosophy and conflict. Reshiram, with its fiery breath, embodies truth and warmth, a symbol of righteous conviction. Zekrom, crackling with electricity, represents ideals and strength, a force of unwavering belief. Kyurem, the empty, a shell of the original dragon, embodies the absence of both, the stark reality of the void, yet capable of immense power by absorbing its counterparts. Their existence tells a tale of fractured unity, of opposing philosophies, and the eternal struggle between them. They are not just powerful creatures, they are living metaphors for fundamental human concepts, making their legend deeply resonant on a philosophical level. And then we journey to the Kalos region, home to Xerneas and Yveltal and the enigmatic Zygarde. This trio represents life, destruction, and the order of the ecosystem. Xerneas, the life Pokemon, capable of sharing eternal life, a majestic deer-like creature radiating vibrant energy. Yveltal, the destruction Pokemon, capable of absorbing life force, a fearsome bird-like entity. Zygarde, the order Pokemon, exists in various forms, from tiny cells to a colossal serpent, its purpose to maintain the balance of the ecosystem, responding acutely to environmental threats. Its legend is one of vigilance, of an ever-present guardian whose power scales with the danger to the natural world. This trio speaks to the cycle of existence, the delicate interplay between creation and annihilation, and the constant need for balance that underpins all life. Zygarde's fragmented nature, its ability to coalesce from countless cells, highlights the pervasive nature of its watchful presence, an unseen force woven into the very fabric of the land. The Alola region introduced us to the Cosmog line, culminating in Solgaleo and Lunala, the emissaries of the sun and moon, and Necrozma, the prism Pokemon. Solgaleo, a majestic lion, is said to consume light, traveling between dimensions, a harbinger of day. Lunala, a graceful bat-like creature, absorbs light, guiding souls to the afterlife, a bringer of night. Necrozma, however, is a different kind of legend. It is a being of pure light, or rather, the absence of it, a creature that seeks to regain its lost radiance, capable of fusing with Solgaleo and Lunala to achieve its true, terrifying power. Its story is one of cosmic hunger, of a being that embodies the very concept of illumination, yet is tragically incomplete. These legendaries are deeply tied to the celestial bodies, to light and darkness, and the mysterious ultra wormholes that connect different dimensions, blurring the lines between their world and others. Their legends are woven with threads of cosmic travel and the profound mysteries of the universe beyond their own planet. The Galar region presented us with Zacian and Zamazenta, the revered heroes of ancient times, slumbering until their land was threatened by the darkest day. Zacian, wielding a sword, embodies courage and sharp resolution. Zamazenta, shielded by its mane, represents unwavering defense and loyalty. Their legend is one of protection, of ancient heroes rising to safeguard their people and their land from a cataclysmic event. They are not elemental forces or cosmic architects, but rather champions, guardians whose power is intrinsically linked to the fate of the region. They are symbols of heroism, of a bygone era when powerful beings directly intervened in human affairs, leaving behind a legacy of myth and reverence. Their story is a reminder that legends can be born not just of creation, but of heroic deeds and selfless sacrifice in times of dire need. And then there are the enigmatic, mythical Pokémon, often conflated with legendaries, yet distinct in their rarity and the way they are encountered. Creatures like Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman, Arceus, often considered both legendary and mythical. Victini, Meloetta, Genesect, Diancie, Hoopa, Volcanion, Marshado, Zeraora, Magiarna, Zarude, and others. These Pokemon are typically not part of the main game's storyline in the same way as the region's main legendaries, but rather distributed through special events, making their acquisition a rare, almost celebratory occasion. Their lore often ties into specific, unique phenomena. Mew's DNA, containing the genetic code of all Pokemon, Celebi's ability to travel through time, Jirachi's power to grant wishes, Deoxys's alien origins, Manaphy's status as a prince of the sea, Darkrai's ability to induce nightmares, Shaman's power to purify and bring forth gratitude, Victini's ability to ensure victory, Meloetta's musical prowess, Genesect's ancient origins and cybernetic enhancements, Diancie's creation of diamonds, Hoopa's rings that warp space, Volcanion's mastery of steam and water, Marshado's ability to steal shadows and grow stronger, Zeraora's lightning-fast movements, Magarna's artificial heart, and Zarude's connection to the jungle. Each of these mythical creatures, though sometimes less central to a region's overarching narrative than the main legendaries, carries a weight of uniqueness and special significance. They are whispers of hidden wonders, special manifestations that highlight the sheer diversity and imaginative depth of the Pokemon world. Their allure lies in their elusive nature, their profound powers, and the special circumstances surrounding their encounters, making them legendary in their own right, albeit through a different path. The distinction between legendary and mythical is one that might gently trouble a mind seeking definitive numbers, but for the purpose of quiet contemplation, it simply expands the tapestry of extraordinary beings. Both categories represent the pinnacle of Pokemon existence, creatures of immense power, unique abilities, and compelling backstories. The subtle difference often lies in their accessibility and their narrative integration into the main storyline. Legendaries typically drive the plot of a main series game, shaping the conflict and resolution, while mythicals are often discovered through special events, adding an extra layer of wonder and rarity to the Pokemon experience. Yet in the grand scheme of things, Both are beings of such profound importance and power that they transcend the ordinary, becoming subjects of awe and reverence. So when we ask how many legendary Pokémon actually exist, the answer is not a simple digit. It is a constantly evolving roster, a testament to an ever expanding universe. Each new generation introduces new legends, new myths, new beings that challenge our understanding of power, creation, and purpose. The count grows, not just numerically, but in the richness of the stories they bring. From the cosmic architects who shaped time and space, to the heroic guardians who protected their lands, from the elemental forces of nature to the philosophical representations of truth and ideals, the spectrum is vast and breathtaking. The very act of counting becomes secondary to the profound appreciation for the imagination and creativity that brings these beings to life. Allow your mind to gently wander through these countless tales, those whispers of ancient power and cosmic design. Let the grandiosity of Arceus, the elegance of Mew, the ferocity of Rayquaza, and the mystery of Giratina blend into a soothing symphony of lore. The true number is perhaps irrelevant, for each one holds a universe of story within its being. The wonder lies not in the tally, but in the boundless imagination that conceives of such creatures, that weaves such intricate narratives around them, and that allows us to find a quiet sense of peace in their extraordinary existence. The journey through these legends is a journey into the heart of imagination itself, a path that leads towards a profound and restful slumber. The vastness of the Pokémon world, with its countless extraordinary beings, now cradles your thoughts, guiding you into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Let the legends continue their dance in your dreams, painting a canvas of cosmic beauty and ancient power as you drift into a night of profound tranquility. The gentle hum of ancient power now resonates softly within your mind, a lullaby woven from the very fabric of the Pokémon universe. Consider the sheer scale of this world, a world where mountains can move, where oceans can part, and where the very essence of life can be molded by unseen hands. These are the domains of the legendary and mythical Pokémon, beings whose existence often predates recorded history, whose stories are etched into the very landscapes they inhabit. Imagine the first moments of creation as depicted in the Sinnoh region's myths, where Arceus, the alpha Pokémon, emerged from a vortex of chaos. From naught but 1,000 arms, it shaped the very essence of reality, bringing forth Dialga, the master of time, Palkia, the sovereign of space, and Giratina, the arbiter of antimatter, the guardian of the distortion world. These three, often referred to as the creation trio, form the fundamental pillars of existence, their powers so immense that their very interactions can reshape the universe. Their tales are not mere fables, they are foundational narratives that explain the very fabric of the Pokémon world, offering a cosmic scale rarely seen in other fictional universes. Then, there are the legendary beasts, Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, reborn from the ashes of the burned tower by Ho-Oh's grace. Their story is one of tragedy and rebirth, a testament to the enduring spirit of life and the benevolent power of a legendary protector. Each embodies an element, fire, lightning, and water, and their wanderings across regions symbolize the constant flow and renewal of nature itself. Their appearances are often heralded by grand natural phenomena, their roars echoing across vast plains, their presence a fleeting glimpse of untamed power. Their rarity and elusive nature contribute to their legendary status, making encounters with them truly unforgettable and deeply personal experiences for trainers who are fortunate enough to cross their paths. And let us not forget the legendary birds of Kanto, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. These majestic winged creatures represent the elemental forces of ice, electricity, and fire. Their soaring forms are across the sky a breathtaking spectacle. Their disputes can cause dramatic shifts in weather patterns, highlighting their profound connection to the natural world. They are often found in secluded, challenging environments, guarding their territories with fierce determination, their power a constant reminder of the raw, untamed forces that exist within the Pokemon world. Their majestic presence evokes a sense of ancient grandeur, a link to a time when these powerful beings roamed freely, shaping the very climate with their movements. Moving beyond those initial legends, the pantheon expands, introducing creatures like Lugia and Ho-Oh, the guardians of the seas and skies. Lugia, with its immense power over storms and its calming presence in the depths, often seeks solitude in the ocean's abyss, its song said to soothe even the most tumultuous waves. Ho-Oh, with its vibrant rainbow wings, is a symbol of hope and rebirth, said to grant happiness to those who witness its magnificent flight. These two represent a duality, a balance between the visible and the hidden, the turbulent and the serene. Their stories are interwoven with the histories of entire regions, their influence shaping cultures and beliefs for generations. Consider the Aeon duo, Latios and Latias, swift and elegant psychic flying types, known for their empathy and ability to connect with human hearts. Their elusive nature and their capacity to turn invisible add to their mystique, making them seem like benevolent spirits guiding travelers through their journeys. Their bond is profound, often seen soaring through the skies as a pair, their movements graceful and harmonious, a silent ballet against the clouds. Their presence is often a beacon of kindness and understanding, reminding us that even the most powerful beings can possess gentle and compassionate spirits. Then there are the legends tied to the very cycles of life and death, like Xerneas and Yveltal from the Kalos region. Xerneas, the life Pokemon, embodies creation and vitality, its antlers glowing with life force. Yveltal, the destruction Pokemon, absorbs life energy, its very breath capable of bringing about devastation. These two represent the fundamental forces of existence, the delicate balance between giving and taking, creation and entropy. Their conflict, often fueled by human ambition, serves as a powerful narrative about responsibility and the consequences of wielding ultimate power. Their forms are majestic and awe-inspiring, embodying the grandeur of life and the terrifying beauty of destruction. And what of the cosmic wanderers, like Deoxys, the DNA Pokemon, an extraterrestrial virus that mutated into a powerful entity upon exposure to a laser beam? Its ability to shift forms, normal, attack, defense, and speed showcases its adaptability and alien intelligence. Its origin story reminds us that not all legends are born of ancient myths. Some arrive from the vast, unknown reaches of space, bringing with them a sense of cosmic wonder and existential mystery. Its very existence challenges the conventional understanding of Pokemon, pushing the boundaries of what these creatures can be. The lore extends to beings of pure energy and light, like Solgaleo and Lunala from Alola, who serve as emissaries of the sun and moon, capable of traversing ultraspace. Their radiant power and their connection to different dimensions highlight the vastness of the Pokemon multiverse, suggesting that there are realms beyond human comprehension. They are not merely powerful, they are conduits to other realities, their forms imbued with the essence of distant stars and cosmic bodies. Their stories speak of journeys through the unknown, of bridging dimensions, and of the profound interconnectedness of all things in the universe. Even smaller, seemingly less imposing mythical Pokemon carry immense significance. Take Celebi, the voice of the forest, a time-traveling Pokemon said to appear only in serene forests, bringing prosperity and growth wherever it goes. Its ability to traverse time allows it to witness the past and future, making it a guardian of ecological balance and a symbol of nature's timeless cycle. Its gentle yet profound influence reminds us that power does not always manifest as sheer force, but sometimes as subtle, pervasive wisdom. Its presence is a whisper of ancient magic, a fleeting glimpse of wonder in the heart of a verdant forest. Jirachi, the wish Pokemon, sleeps for 1,000 years and awakens for only 7 days, during which it can grant any wish. Its rare appearances make it a treasured mythical, a symbol of hope and dreams for those who are lucky enough to encounter it. Its slumber for millennia speaks to the slow, enduring rhythms of the universe, a silent observer waiting for its moment to awaken and bring joy. The tales of its wish-granting power inspire awe and wonder, making it a beacon of possibility in a world full of challenges. The Unknown, with their numerous forms resembling the letters of the alphabet, are another intriguing group. While not legendary or mythical in the traditional sense of unique and powerful individuals, their collective mystery and their connection to ancient ruins and psychic dimensions give them a legendary aura. They are said to be able to read the emotions of others and influence reality when gathered in large numbers, hinting at a collective consciousness and a deeper hidden power that transcends individual strength. Their existence suggests a universal language, a primal form of communication woven into the very fabric of existence. And what about the Regi Trio? Regirock, Regis, and Registeel, ancient titans slumbering in ruins across Hoenn, sealed away by a powerful trainer. They represent the Stone Age, Ice Age, and Iron Age, embodying the very progression of geological and technological history. Their awakening often requires solving intricate puzzles, emphasizing their role as ancient guardians, whose power is only accessible to those who prove their worth and intellect. Their stoic, elemental forms represent enduring power, a quiet strength that has withstood the ravages of time. The lore expands further with creatures like Shaman, the Gratitude Pokemon, capable of purifying polluted land and transforming between its landform and sky form. Its gentle nature and its ability to bring vibrant life back to barren areas highlight the themes of environmental stewardship and the restorative power of nature. Its presence is a reminder of the Earth's resilience and its capacity for renewal, a gentle spirit embodying the very essence of gratitude. Even the concept of legendary itself sometimes blurs, as with the more recent introduction of Paradox Pokemon in the Paldea region. While not strictly legendary or mythical in the established sense, their origins from distant pasts or far-flung futures, their unique typings, and their immense power elevate them to a status that commands similar awe and intrigue. They challenge the very notion of what defines a Pokemon, bringing forth creatures that exist outside of conventional evolutionary lines and timelines, hinting at alternate realities and evolutionary possibilities. They introduce a new layer of mystery, suggesting that the legendary status is not just about ancient myths, but also about profound deviations from the norm, be they from deep time or unknown dimensions. The journey through these tales is endless, each Pokemon a thread in a rich, intricate tapestry. Each legend, each myth, contributes to a grand narrative that invites endless contemplation. As your mind drifts through these images of cosmic creation, elemental forces, and ancient guardians, allow the sheer scale and imaginative depth of the Pokemon world to envelop you. The quiet dignity of these powerful beings, their profound influence on their respective worlds, and the enduring mystery that surrounds their existence all converge into a soothing rhythm. The true number of legendary and mythical Pokemon is ultimately a fluid concept, perpetually expanding with each new discovery, each new region, each new generation. But what remains constant is the sense of wonder they inspire, the quiet reverence they command, and the profound peace that comes from allowing your thoughts to gently rest within their vast and beautiful lore. Let the universe of Pokemon cradle your consciousness as you sink deeper into a calm, uninterrupted sleep. The legends continue to unfold, not in your waking mind, but in the dreamscapes that now softly embrace you. The soft glow of the moon, a distant echo of Cresselia's lunar dance, gently illuminates the path further into these ancient tales. We consider the implications of Dialga and Palkia, the very architects of time and space, whose presence ensures the orderly progression of existence. Their colossal forms, etched into the fabric of reality itself, speak of a power so fundamental that it predates all life, all thought. Dialga, with its mastery over time, can accelerate, stop, or even reverse its flow, a profound ability that shapes the destinies of all things. Its very breath is said to be the ticking of the cosmic clock, a gentle, rhythmic pulse that guides the universe forward. And Palkia, the spatial sovereign, stretches and warps space, creating dimensions and tearing them asunder. Its movements dictate the very distances between stars, the vast empty canvases upon which galaxies are painted. Together, they are the silent, unwavering pillars of the cosmos, their relationship a delicate balance, a cosmic dance that prevents the complete unraveling of all that is. Their existence reminds us that the world is built upon foundational principles, forces so immense they are almost beyond comprehension, yet they maintain a quiet, almost serene presence in the grand scheme of things. Beneath their majestic authority lies Giratina, the renegade Pokémon, banished to the distortion world for its violent tendencies. This shadowy realm, a dimension of inverse laws and twisted physics, is Giratina's domain, a place where time and space are meaningless. Its serpentine form, adorned with golden rings, glides through this ethereal plane, a silent guardian of a forgotten, inverted reality. Giratina represents the chaotic, perhaps even necessary counterpoint to Dialga and Palkia's order. It is the shadow that defines the light, the wildness that tempers civilization. Its presence, though often perceived as menacing, is integral to the cosmic balance, a reminder that even in the most structured of universes, there exists a realm of untamed primordial energy. The whispers of its existence are carried on the wind, a chilling yet captivating tale of a creature that dwells on the fringes of reality, forever bound to its alternate dimension. Then there are the lake guardians of Sinnoh, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. These enigmatic beings embody knowledge, emotion, and willpower, respectively. Uxie, the being of knowledge, grants intelligence to humanity, its eyes closed to prevent it from stealing the memories of those who gaze upon it. Its quiet, thoughtful demeanor suggests a deep understanding of the world, a wisdom passed down through silent communion. Mesprit, the being of emotion, instills feelings in people, its touch said to bring either joy or sorrow. It floats with a serene grace, a silent symphony of human feeling. Azelf, the being of willpower, bestows the strength of will to overcome adversity, its presence inspiring courage and determination. These three, often found slumbering at the bottom of their respective lakes, represent the fundamental aspects of the human spirit. They are not grand cosmic deities, but rather subtle, influential forces that shape the inner lives of individuals. Their existence speaks to the idea that the legendary status isn't solely about raw power or world-shaping abilities, but also about profound, foundational influences on consciousness and being. Their quiet power is a gentle current, flowing through the hearts and minds of all living things. Moving to the Hoenn region, we encounter the colossal titans of land, sea, and sky, Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Groudon, the embodiment of the land, created continents and expanded the earth with its fiery power. Its crimson scales and immense strength speak of an ancient geological force capable of shaping the very crust of the planet. Kyogre, the master of the seas, brought forth vast oceans and endless rain, its sapphire body gliding through the deepest trenches. It represents the boundless, life-giving power of water, an elemental force that can both nurture and devastate. Their eternal struggle for dominance, a clash that would reshape the world, is kept in check by Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokémon. Rayquaza, dwelling in the ozone layer, descends to quell their battles, its emerald form a streak of peace amidst the elemental fury. It is the impartial arbiter, the force that maintains balance between the primal powers of earth and sea. The tales of their ancient clashes are etched into the geological features of Hoenn, a testament to their immense power and the delicate equilibrium they represent. Their stories are a reminder of nature's raw, untamed power and the necessity of balance for the survival of life. The quiet hum of the planet, the gentle lapping of waves, the soft whisper of the wind, these are echoes of their enduring presence. The Unova region introduces us to the Tao Trio, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem. Reshiram, the vast white Pokémon, represents truth, its fiery tail burning with purifying flames. Its elegant form speaks of clarity and unwavering conviction. Zekrom, the deep black Pokémon, embodies ideals, its electrifying tail generating immense power. Its robust physique and powerful presence symbolize strength and unwavering determination. These two were once a single powerful dragon-type Pokémon, split when two brothers, seeking different paths for the same kingdom, chose truth and ideals, respectively. Their subsequent battles ravaged the land, a poignant tale of how even noble aspirations, when untempered, can lead to destruction. Kyurem, the boundary Pokémon, is the empty shell, the remains of the original dragon, left behind when Reshiram and Zekrom split. It represents the absence, the void, and yet possesses immense, freezing power. Its existence hints at a forgotten wholeness, a longing for reunification. These three dragons tell a story not just of elemental power, but of philosophical divides, of the human struggle between truth and ideals, and the lasting consequences of such fundamental choices. Their quiet, weighty presence in the lore reflects the profound questions they pose about human nature and societal progress. Then there are the Swords of Justice, Cobalion, Terrakion, Viridian, and Keldeo. These noble Pokémon protect others, especially smaller, vulnerable creatures, from human interference. Cobalion, the Iron Will Pokémon, is the steadfast leader, its steel-clad resolve unyielding. Terrakion, the Cavern Pokémon, possesses immense physical strength, capable of shattering mountains. Viridian, the Grassland Pokémon, moves with elegant speed, its leafy blades cutting through obstacles. Keldeo, the Coal Pokémon, is the youngest and most eager, striving to prove its worth and join its mentors. Their legend speaks of a time when they stood against a devastating war, defending Pokémon caught in the crossfire. They embody chivalry, protection, and a deep sense of justice, their quiet vigil a testament to their unwavering principles. Their presence is a comforting thought, knowing that even in a world of powerful forces, there exist beings dedicated to safeguarding the innocent. Their silent footsteps echo through ancient forests, a promise of protection. The Kalos region brings forth Xerneas and Yveltal, the life and destruction Pokémon, respectively. Xerneas, the life Pokémon, can share eternal life, its antlers glowing with vibrant colors. Its very presence fosters growth and rebirth, a gentle, radiating energy that sustains all living things. Yveltal, the destruction Pokémon, absorbs life energy, turning anything it touches to stone. Its ominous form and powerful wings cast a shadow of inevitable decay and the cyclical nature of existence. Zygarde, the Order Pokémon, watches over the ecosystem, its various forms adjusting its power level to maintain balance. From a tiny cell to its complete 100% form, Zygarde represents the collective will of the planet, a silent, ever-present guardian, ensuring that neither life nor destruction overwhelm the other. These three create a poignant narrative about the delicate balance of life and death, creation and destruction, and the constant striving for equilibrium within the natural world. Their stories are a gentle reminder that even the most powerful forces are interconnected, each playing a vital role in the grand continuous cycle. The gentle rustle of leaves, the quiet decay of autumn, the slow growth of new life. These are all part of their timeless dance. The Alola region introduces the guardian deities, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini. Each protects one of Alola's 4 islands, embodying distinct aspects of nature. Tapu Koko, the land spirit of Melamele Island, is swift and fiercely protective, its electric energy crackling with life. Tapu Lele, the land spirit of Akala Island, is more mischievous, its scales scattering a healing dust that can also be dangerous. Tapu Bulu, the land spirit of Ula Ula Island, is strong and quiet, nurturing nature with its immense power. Tapu Fini, the land spirit of Pony Island, is elusive and serene, creating mists that cleanse and purify. Together, they are the watchful protectors, revered by the people of Alola, their presence a constant reminder of the island's sacred nature. Their quiet vigilance ensures the flourishing of their respective domains, a testament to the localized yet profound impact of legendary beings. The soft murmur of ocean waves, the gentle warmth of the sun, the quiet wisdom of ancient trees. These are the sounds of their protective presence. And then there are the ultra beasts, creatures from ultra space, an alternate dimension. While not legendary or mythical in the traditional sense, their alien origins, immense power, and disruptive presence make them functionally legendary. Nihiligo, Pheromosa, Buzzwole, Circuitry, Celesteela, Kartana, Guzzlord, Poipole, Naganadel, Stakataka, and Bleckaphalon, each is a bizarre, powerful entity that challenges our understanding of Pokemon. Their very existence hints at a multiverse, a boundless expanse of realities beyond our own, each with its own unique and often unsettling forms of life. They are a profound deviation from the norm, a glimpse into the cosmic unknown, a quiet whisper that there is so much more to discover, dimensions upon dimensions stretching beyond our comprehension. Their stories open doors to possibilities, expanding the very definition of what a Pokemon can be. The vast, silent emptiness of space, the shimmering, unknowable depths of other dimensions. These are the places they call home. The Galar region brings forth Zacian and Zamazenta, the hero Pokemon who once saved the region from the darkest day, an ancient calamity. Zacian, with its majestic sword, attacks with overwhelming grace and speed, representing courage and unwavering resolve. Zamazenta, with its formidable shield, defends with unparalleled strength, embodying loyalty and protection. They are the twin protectors, their legend woven into the very fabric of Galar's history, their quiet slumber awaiting the next great threat. Their story is one of enduring heroism, of ancient powers rising when needed most, a comforting thought that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, there are forces dedicated to safeguarding the world. The gentle patter of rain on ancient stones, the quiet strength of towering mountains, these are the echoes of their steadfast presence. And finally, the newest generation, in Paldea, introduces us to the treasures of ruin, Wochien, Chin Pao, Ting Lu, and Chi Yu. These ominous Pokemon were once ancient treasures, imbued with negative emotions from human greed, envy, and fear, and then awakened into powerful and destructive beings. Wochien, formed from ancient wooden tablets, drains the life force of flora. Qian Pao, made from ancient swords, slices through all obstacles. Ting Lu, an ancient ritual vessel, creates catastrophic earthquakes. Chi Yu, forged from ancient beads, controls searing flames. Their existence serves as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the consequences of humanity's darker impulses and how even inanimate objects can become imbued with immense destructive power. They are a quiet, somber reflection on human nature, their destructive capabilities a chilling echo of past transgressions. Their stories are a soft warning, a gentle reminder of the delicate balance between human action and natural consequence. As you drift amongst these magnificent beings, their stories intertwining like ancient vines, the concept of how many becomes less about a definitive number and more about an ever-expanding universe of wonder. Each legend, each myth, each newly discovered entity adds another star to the cosmic map of Pokemon existence. The continuous unfolding of these narratives, the subtle ways they connect and diverge, creates a tapestry so rich and intricate that it invites endless contemplation, a gentle, flowing stream of lore that carries your mind further and further into a state of profound relaxation. The sheer scale of these narratives, from the smallest, most influential mythical creature to the colossal architects of reality, collectively form a lullaby for the discerning mind. Allow the quiet power of these beings, their ancient wisdom, and their enduring mysteries to guide you softly now into the deepest, most tranquil realms of sleep. The legends are never ending, whispered on the winds of time, echoing through the vastness of space, and now settling gently within the quiet chambers of your dreaming mind. Consider now the deeper implications of these legendary and mythical Pokémon, not just as powerful creatures, but as living embodiments of fundamental concepts, forces, and even human emotions. They are not merely animals with extraordinary abilities. They are often symbolic representations, distilled essences of ideas that shape the very world they inhabit. Think of Arceus, the alpha Pokémon, not just as a creature, but as the very concept of creation given form. Its presence is the Big Bang, the initial spark that brought everything into being, a living testament to the genesis of reality itself. To comprehend Arceus is to touch upon the ultimate mystery of existence, the why and how of everything. Its legend doesn't just tell a story, it presents a philosophical inquiry, a quiet contemplation on the origins of all that is known and unknown. Then there are the dragons of the Sinnoh region, Dialga, the master of time, Palkia, the lord of space, and Giratina, the arbiter of antimatter and the distortion world. These are not simply powerful beasts, they are the very fabric of the universe personified. Dialga's roar is the passage of moments, the relentless march of causality. Palkia's breath is the expansion of galaxies, the boundless expanse of the cosmos. Giratina's silent presence is the unseen, the in-between, the forces that balance and sometimes threaten the very structure of reality. To meditate on them is to ponder the fundamental dimensions of our existence, the invisible forces that govern every sunrise and every star. Their stories are a quiet hum of cosmic machinery, a soft, rhythmic pulse of the universe in motion. The Tao Trio from Unova, Reshiram, Zekrom, and Kyurem, offers a profound meditation on duality and truth. Reshiram embodies truth, its white flames burning with searing honesty. Zekrom represents ideals, its black lightning striking with unwavering conviction. Kyurem, the empty shell, represents the absence of these, a chilling void that seeks to be filled. Their legend is a philosophical debate on the nature of right and wrong, of what we strive for and what we leave behind. They are a quiet whisper in the night, asking us to reflect on our own values, our own truths, and the ideals that guide our lives. The very act of observing their intertwined narratives is an exercise in introspection, a gentle journey into the heart of human ethics and ambition. And what of the forces of nature, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus? They are the raw, untamed power of the elements, the wild heart of the planet itself. Tornadus is the sweeping wind, the invisible breath of the world. Thunderous is the crackling storm, the untamed fury of the skies. Landorus is the fertile earth, the quiet strength that brings forth life. These are not just weather phenomena. They are the spirit of nature, both benevolent and destructive, a reminder of the immense power that surrounds us, both nurturing and capable of immense chaos. Their presence is a soft rustle of leaves, a distant rumble of thunder, a gentle tremor in the earth, the rhythmic heartbeat of the natural world. They invite us to reconnect with the primal forces, to understand our place within the grand, delicate balance of the ecosystem. The lake guardians of Sinnoh, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf are perhaps the most profoundly human of the legendary Pokemon, for they embody the very essence of the mind, emotion, and will. Uxie, the being of knowledge, grants intellect and the ability to reason. Mesprit, the being of emotion, bestows feelings and empathy. Azelf, the being of willpower, provides determination and the strength to overcome. They are the quiet architects of human consciousness, the silent benefactors of our inner lives. To consider their existence is to reflect on what it means to be human, to possess a thinking mind, a feeling heart, and an unyielding spirit. Their legends are a soft, internal monologue, a gentle exploration of the core core of our being, guiding us inward towards a deeper understanding of ourselves. Even the newest additions, like the Treasures of Ruin in Paldea, carry deep symbolic weight beyond their destructive capabilities. Wochien, made from ancient wooden tablets and draining flora, speaks to the decay that comes from unchecked greed, how even natural beauty can be consumed by insatiable desire. Chien Pao, forged from ancient swords, embodies the sharp, cutting pain of envy, how it slices through bonds and leaves only destruction. Ting Lu, an ancient ritual vessel, resonates with the crushing weight of fear, causing instability and catastrophic tremors in its wake. Chi Yu, from ancient beads, represents the searing, consuming flames of resentment and malice, burning away all that is good. They are not merely powerful creatures, they are ancient, physical manifestations of humanity's darkest traits, a quiet, somber mirror reflecting the shadow side of our collective consciousness. Their very existence is a gentle, yet firm whisper of warning, reminding us of the subtle ways negative emotions can fester and grow into immense, uncontrollable forces, both within ourselves and in the world around us. The journey through these legendary and mythical Pokemon is not just an enumeration of beings. It is a pilgrimage through the conceptual landscape of the Pokemon world, a quiet exploration of the forces that shape its reality and its inhabitants. Each legend, each myth, each creature holds a piece of a larger puzzle, a fragment of a grand cosmic narrative. The sheer number, when viewed through this lens, is less about a countable quantity and more about the boundless richness of a universe where every fundamental concept, every powerful emotion, every essential force has found its vibrant, living embodiment. As your mind drifts among these profound entities, notice how their stories intertwine, how the concept of creation leads to the dimensions of space and time, which in turn are balanced by the raw forces of nature and ultimately influenced by the deepest aspects of human consciousness and morality. It is a seamless, interconnected web of existence, each part supporting and defining the others. The quiet hum of the universe, the gentle flow of time, the silent dance of cosmic forces, all find their echo in the legends of these magnificent Pokemon. The true number of these legendary and mythical beings, then, is not a fixed integer, but a continuously unfolding narrative, a testament to the boundless creativity that underpins the Pokemon world. It is an ever-expanding library of ancient wisdom, a growing collection of powerful archetypes that resonate with universal truths. Each new generation, each new region, brings forth new legendary tales, adding further layers to this already intricate tapestry. This ongoing evolution of lore ensures that the sense of wonder and mystery surrounding these creatures remains perpetually fresh, perpetually inviting. The quiet understanding that settles upon you now is that the term legendary transcends mere power. It speaks to significance, to fundamental roles within the world's structure, to creatures whose very existence shapes reality and consciousness. They are the anchors of the universe, the silent witnesses to eons, the powerful yet often hidden forces that maintain balance and drive progress. Their stories are not just fantastical tales, they are allegories for life itself, for the grand adventure of existence, for the eternal dance between chaos and order, creation and destruction, light and shadow. Allow these profound contemplations to wash over you, a gentle wave of cosmic understanding. The sheer scale and depth of these narratives are designed to quiet the restless mind, to gently guide your thoughts away from the mundane and into the boundless expanse of imagination. The ancient whispers of Arceus, the rhythmic pulse of Dialga and Palkia, the elemental dance of the forces of nature, the thoughtful insights of the lake guardians, and the cautionary echoes of the treasures of ruin, all blend into a harmonic symphony, a lullaby of lore. Picture them now not as distant, abstract concepts, but as living, breathing forces, each holding a vital piece of the world's truth. Imagine the gentle glow of a new star being born, guided by the unseen hand of a legendary creator. Feel the subtle shift in the air as time flows onward, orchestrated by an ancient, watchful dragon. Sense the quiet power beneath the earth, a deep, resonant hum that speaks of life and growth. These are the sensory echoes of the legendary Pokémon, permeating the very atmosphere with their profound presence. As you continue to drift, let the sheer breadth of this legendary pantheon envelop you. From the solitary, cosmic wanderer to the guardians of sacred lands, from the architects of reality to the embodiments of human virtue and vice, each legendary Pokémon is a chapter in an ongoing, timeless epic. Their stories are a testament to the enduring power of myth, to the ways in which grand narratives can shape our understanding of the world and ourselves. The quest to count them, then, becomes less important than the journey of discovery itself. It is the act of engaging with their lore, of pondering their significance, of allowing their ancient wisdom to gently permeate your consciousness that truly matters. This journey is a quiet, meditative one, leading you deeper and deeper into a state of profound calm. The soft murmur of their legends, the gentle ebb and flow of their ancient powers, are now guiding you, slowly and surely, towards the tranquil shores of slumber. Let the vast, interconnected web of their existence be the final thought that cradles your mind as you surrender to the peace of the night. Their stories will continue to unfold, even as your dreams begin their own journey, weaving new narratives in the quiet sanctuary of your sleeping mind. The legends are never ending, and so too is the peace they bring. As your awareness softens, consider the subtle distinctions that emerge within this grand tapestry of legend. We've spoken of legendary Pokémon as a broad category, encompassing those unique, powerful beings often central to a region's mythology. But within this classification, there are further nuances, gentle gradients of rarity and influence that paint an even richer picture. Think, for instance, of the subtle difference between a legendary Pokémon and a mythical Pokémon. While both are exceedingly rare, often singular in their existence, and possess immense power, the mythical Pokémon often carry an additional layer of elusiveness, a whispered quality that places them even further beyond the reach of ordinary human interaction. Their encounters are not typically integrated into the main narrative journey of a trainer in the same way a region's primary legendary Pokemon might be. Instead, mythical Pokemon often appear through special distributions, events, or deeply hidden, almost spiritual quests, further emphasizing their extraordinary nature. Imagine the quiet, almost ethereal presence of Mew, the ancestor of all Pokemon, yet so rarely seen that its existence was once considered mere folklore. Its gentle, playful nature belies its incredible power and its genetic link to every creature in the world. Then compare that to, say, Groudon or Kyogre, whose titanic clashes reshape continents and oceans, their presence a palpable force in the Hoenn region's history and geography. Both are undeniably powerful, undeniably rare, but Mew carries an additional veil of mystery, a quality that makes its appearance feel like a blessing, a fleeting glimpse of something truly beyond comprehension. This distinction, while sometimes debated among scholars and enthusiasts, softly underscores the varied forms that rarity and power can take within the Pokemon world. Consider also the gentle evolution of how these legendary and mythical Pokemon are introduced and woven into the fabric of their respective regions. In the earliest days, the legends were often solitary figures, guardians of specific locations, or embodiments of elemental forces. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, for example, are magnificent avian creatures whose domains are tied to ice, lightning, and fire, respectively. Their presence defines the extreme climates they inhabit, creating an almost poetic balance. As the world expanded, so too did the complexity of the legendary narratives. We moved from elemental guardians to cosmic architects, from solitary beings to interconnected trios and quartets, each playing a specific role in a larger, intricate design. Think of the Unova region, where the ideals of truth and ideals themselves are personified by the dragons Reshiram and Zekrom, born from a single powerful original dragon. Their conflict, driven by differing philosophies, led to the very separation of the region and its people. This isn't just about raw power, it's about the fundamental principles that guide societies, embodied in magnificent ancient beings. And then there's Kyurem, the empty, the husk of that original dragon, a creature of immense power, yet also profound emptiness, waiting to be rejoined to find its missing pieces. These are not just Pokemon, they are allegories, living metaphors that invite deeper reflection on the nature of conflict, unity, and the pursuit of ideals. The gentle progression of these stories also reveals a growing connection between the legendary Pokemon and the human experience. While many legends remain aloof, ancient, and almost divine, others, particularly in more recent generations, begin to touch upon themes that resonate more directly with human emotions and societal structures. The Swords of Justice, Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, and Keldeo, for instance, are noble Pokemon dedicated to protecting others from human conflict, reflecting themes of justice, loyalty, and courage. Their narrative is one of intervention, of standing up for the vulnerable, and their presence serves as a reminder of moral principles within a world often fraught with human folly. Even more intimately, the legendary Pokemon of the Galar region, Zacian and Zamazenta, are intertwined with the very history and identity of the region, depicted as heroes who once saved the land from a devastating cataclysm known as the Darkest Day. Their legendary status is rooted in acts of protection and bravery, becoming symbols of national pride and resilience. This soft intertwining of historical event and legendary being creates a deep cultural resonance, making them not just powerful creatures, but integral parts of a collective memory. Then there are the legendary Pokémon whose origins delve into the very fabric of existence and consciousness. The lake guardians of Sinnoh, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf embody knowledge, emotion, and willpower. They don't just control these concepts, they are them. Their gentle, almost imperceptible influence on all living beings highlights how fundamental these internal states are to the experience of life itself. To encounter them is to encounter the very essence of what it means to think, to feel, and to strive. Their quiet presence in the deep, still waters of the lakes is a testament to the profound, unseen forces that shape our inner worlds. And as we continue to drift into this peaceful contemplation, let us not forget the quieter, sometimes more tragic legends. The treasures of ruin from the Paldea region, Jianpao, Tinglu, Woqian, and Qiyu, are a fascinating, darker counterpoint to many of the benevolent or neutral legendaries. These creatures are born from human greed and envy, sealed away for centuries, and their reawakening brings with it a chilling reminder of the destructive power of unchecked desires. Their story is a cautionary tale etched into the very landscape of Paldea, teaching a gentle lesson about the consequences of human failings. Their existence adds another layer of depth to the legendary pantheon, showing that not all ancient powers are benign. Some are reflections of humanity's shadows, waiting to be rediscovered. The very act of seeking to catalog and understand these beings, even in a sleep-induced state, becomes a journey inward. It's an exploration of taxonomies, yes, but also of archetypes, of universal narratives that resonate across cultures and time. Each new generation of Pokémon games introduces new legends, expanding this universe, adding new facets to the diamond of myth. And with each edition, the question of how many becomes simultaneously more complex and less important. What truly matters is the ongoing story, the continuous revelation of new wonders, new perspectives on power, purpose, and existence. Imagine the gentle hum of data as the Pokédex attempts to categorize them all, a vast, intricate database struggling to contain the uncontainable. It's a testament to the human desire to understand, to label, to bring order to the boundless mysteries of the world. But the legends, in their essence, transcend such simple categorization. They are forces of nature, embodiments of concepts, living histories, and cosmic entities, far too grand to be fully encapsulated by a number or a list. The stories they tell are not just about battles and power, but about balance, creation, destruction, guidance, and the delicate dance between order and chaos. They speak of beginnings and endings, of the cycles of life and death, of the very fabric of reality. To truly appreciate them is to allow their narratives to wash over you, to let their subtle lessons and grand pronouncements seep into your subconscious. This is why their lore is so effective as a lullaby. It's not demanding of active thought, but rather invites a passive, open reception, allowing the mind to wander and settle. So as you continue to drift, let the concept of a definitive number fade into the background. Instead, hold onto the feeling of their presence, the echo of their immense power, the quiet wisdom they impart. Let the image of Arceus, the alpha Pokémon, shimmering at the center of creation, gently guide your thoughts. Feel the deep, rhythmic pulse of time and space, orchestrated by Dialga and Palkia. Sense the benevolent watchfulness of the lake guardians, their knowledge, emotion, and willpower flowing into your own being. Let the ancient elemental forces of nature, embodied by the likes of Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, gently stir the air around you, a soft breeze carrying you further into repose. The legendary Pokémon are not merely characters in a game, they are the very soul of the Pokémon world, the anchors of its mythology, the whisperers of its deepest truths. Their stories are a continuous, evolving tapestry, forever being woven, forever revealing new patterns and insights. And in their boundless existence and in their quiet power, there is a profound sense of peace. This peace is now enveloping you, a gentle cloak woven from starlight and ancient wisdom, guiding you ever so softly into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Their legends will continue to echo in the chambers of your mind, a soothing presence, long after consciousness has receded. Sleep, then, and let the legends guard your dreams. Their tales are not just for waking hours, but for the quiet moments when the world stills, when the mind reaches for something beyond the immediate, something eternal. Consider the legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, said to have been resurrected from a burning tower by Ho-Oh. Their existence is a testament to resilience, to rebirth, to the enduring spirit even in the face of devastation. Raikou, a swift and powerful electric type, embodies the raw energy of a lightning strike, a sudden surge of power that electrifies the air. Imagine its booming roar, not as a thunderclap that startles, but as a deep, resonant hum that vibrates through the very ground beneath you, a calming frequency that lulls you into a deeper state of relaxation. Entei, a majestic fire type, is said to be born whenever a new volcano erupts, its fiery spirit a symbol of primal, untamed force. Yet even in its intensity, there is a warmth, a comforting glow like embers in a hearth, a steady, ancient heat that chases away the chill, allowing your muscles to unwind and your breath to deepen. And Suicune, the graceful water type, is known for its ability to purify polluted waters, a symbol of cleansing and renewal. Picture its elegant form gliding over crystal clear springs, a gentle mist rising around it, carrying away all worries and impurities from your mind, leaving behind a profound sense of clarity and calm. These three, forever roaming, forever seeking, represent cycles of destruction and rebirth, of power and purification, a constant dance within the natural world that mirrors the subtle shifts within your own being as you drift further into slumber. Then there are the legendary birds of Kanto, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. They are elemental forces, each commanding a domain of nature. Articuno, the freeze Pokémon, with its shimmering ice wings, brings forth blizzards and chills the air. Yet, in its presence, there is a serene stillness, like a world blanketed in fresh snow, hushed and pristine. Imagine its gentle cry, a sound like wind chimes made of ice, a delicate melody that soothes and quiets the restless thoughts. Zapdos, the electric Pokémon, is a creature of thunder and lightning, its wings crackling with raw electrical energy. But even this immense power can be perceived as a steady, rhythmic pulse, like the distant rumble of a storm, a natural phenomenon that is both awe-inspiring and strangely comforting in its inevitability. And Moltres, the flame Pokémon, a magnificent firebird, ignites the skies with its fiery plumage. Its heat is not consuming, but rather a warm, enveloping embrace, like the soft glow of a sunset, painting the world in hues of orange and red, inviting contemplation and peace. These birds, often seen soaring high above the clouds, embody the untamed beauty and power of the elements, their movements a silent ballet across the endless sky, drawing your gaze upward, away from earthly concerns, into the vast, calming expanse of the heavens. As your mind continues its gentle descent, consider the profound implications of the creation trio: Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. Dialga, the temporal Pokémon, is the master of time itself. Every tick of the clock, every passing moment, every memory, and every future possibility, all are woven into its very essence. Feel the steady, unending flow of time, not as a relentless march, but as a gentle river carrying you effortlessly downstream into deeper relaxation. There is no need to rush, no need to anticipate, only to be present in this moment of peaceful drifting. Palkia, the spatial Pokémon, commands space. The vastness of the universe, the infinite distances between stars, the very dimensions that define our reality, are its domain. Imagine yourself floating in a boundless expanse, free from constraints, free from gravity, simply existing in a state of weightless tranquility. The boundaries of your own body begin to blur, dissolving into the endless calm. And then there is Giratina, the Renegade Pokémon, ruler of the distortion world, a dimension of altered physics and opposing realities. While its presence might seem unsettling, it represents the shadows, the unseen, the necessary counterpoint to existence. Its distorted form, its silent, watchful gaze, reminds us that even in the strange and the unconventional, there can be a quiet order, a profound balance. It is a reminder that there are depths to reality we may never fully comprehend, and in that mystery, there can be a deep, abiding peace, a letting go of the need for absolute understanding. The interplay between these three forces, time, space, and antimatter, creates the very fabric of existence, a complex, harmonious symphony that now serves as the backdrop to your profound rest. Do not forget the legendary titans, Regirock, Regis, and Registeel, and their master, Regigigas. These ancient golems, each said to be crafted from different materials, are symbols of enduring strength and timelessness. Regirock, formed from boulders, embodies the unyielding power of the earth, its silent, steadfast presence a grounding force. Feel its solid, immovable weight, anchoring you firmly to your bed, preventing any restless turning. Regis, sculpted from pure ice, radiates an intense cold, yet it's a cold that preserves, a crystalline stillness that quiets all agitation. Imagine its delicate, shimmering form, a beacon of serene, frozen beauty, clearing your mind of all extraneous thoughts. Registeel, forged from a mysterious, incredibly strong metal, represents resilience and an almost impenetrable defense. Its metallic sheen, its stoic posture, speaks of an unwavering resolve, a quiet strength that endures through all ages. And then, Regigigas, the colossal Pokémon, said to have pulled the continents into place, creating the very land masses we stand upon. Its immense power is balanced by a slow, deliberate nature, a patient, ancient wisdom that moves at a geological pace. Feel the slow, deep rhythm of its existence, a pulse that resonates with the core of the planet, carrying you further and further into a deep, dreamless sleep. These titans are not just powerful. They are elemental pillars of the world, their silent guardianship a comforting presence in the vastness of time. Consider the interplay of the forces of nature as embodied by Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. Tornadus, the Cyclone Pokémon, rides the winds, creating powerful storms and updrafts. Yet even the wind, in its constant movement, can be a soothing presence, a soft current that washes over you, carrying away the day's burdens. Thundurus, the Bolt Strike Pokémon, summons lightning and rain, its powerful strikes illuminating the sky. But imagine its lightning as a gentle flash across a distant horizon, a beautiful, fleeting brilliance that fades into darkness, leaving behind only the quiet patter of rain, a lullaby against your window. Landorus, the Abundance Pokémon, brings forth fertility and bountiful harvests, a symbol of growth and life. Its presence is one of gentle warmth, like the soft earth underfoot, a nurturing energy that supports and sustains all living things. These three, often seen soaring through the skies, represent the dynamic balance of the natural world, a constant ebb and flow of energy that, when observed from a distance, brings a profound sense of harmony. Their dance across the heavens is a reminder of the grand, interwoven tapestry of existence, a tapestry whose patterns are now gently lulling you to sleep. And what of the enigmatic Mew and the powerful Mewtwo? Mew, the new species Pokémon, is said to possess the DNA of all Pokémon, a primordial ancestor, playful and elusive. Its gentle curiosity, its ability to learn any move, speaks of boundless potential and pure, innocent wonder. Imagine its soft, ethereal glow, a faint, comforting light that illuminates the edges of your dreams, a silent guardian of imagination. Mewtwo, a clone of Mew, is a creature born of scientific ambition, its immense psychic power a testament to human ingenuity, yet also a cautionary tale of hubris. Despite its power and its initial struggle with identity, Mewtwo represents a profound introspection, a search for meaning beyond creation. Its quiet contemplation, its deep thoughts, are now mirrored in the serene stillness of your own mind as you delve deeper into the subconscious realms. These two, linked by origin yet vastly different in their paths, represent the spectrum of existence, from pure potential to conscious power, a duality that is both fascinating and profoundly calming in its complexity. The lore extends even to the realms of dreams and nightmares, embodied by Cresselia and Darkrai. Cresselia, the lunar Pokémon, radiates moonlight, warding off nightmares and bringing forth beautiful dreams. Imagine its graceful, crescent-shaped wings, softly fluttering, casting a gentle silvery light over your sleeping form, filling your mind with tranquil imagery and peaceful sensations. Feel the light touch of its lunar energy, cleansing away any lingering anxieties, leaving only serenity. Darkrai, the pitch-black Pokémon, conversely, is known to induce nightmares. Yet even Darkrai has a purpose, a role in the balance, perhaps a way of processing fears in a controlled environment, or highlighting the importance of the light. But for now, its shadowy form remains in the far distance, a barely perceptible presence, its power muted by the overwhelming calm that Cresselia's light provides. The dance between dreams and shadows, light and dark, is a fundamental rhythm of existence, a gentle oscillation that mirrors the ebb and flow of your own breath, guiding you into deeper, more profound rest. Consider the profound symbolism of Zekrom and Reshiram and their shared origin with Kyurem. Zekrom, the deep black Pokémon, embodies ideals, its powerful electric attacks a testament to conviction and unwavering belief. Its dark scales, its intense gaze, represent a grounded, potent force, an inner strength that is both awe-inspiring and deeply reassuring. Reshiram, the vast white Pokémon, represents truth, its fiery attacks burning away deception and illuminating clarity. Its pristine white fur, its regal posture, speaks of purity and an unyielding commitment to what is real. Those two dragons, born from a single entity, represent the two fundamental pillars of human endeavor, ideals and truth, forever intertwined, forever seeking balance. And Kyurem, the boundary Pokemon, the husk of their original form, represents the void, the absence, the potential for either. It is a powerful reminder that even in emptiness there is potential, a space for new beginnings, a profound quietude. The stories of these dragons are not just about power, they are about philosophy, about the very foundations of belief and understanding, concepts that are now gently dissolving into the soft focus of your sleepy mind. So as you continue to drift, let the concept of a definitive number fade into the background. Instead, hold on to the feeling of their presence, the echo of their immense power, the quiet wisdom they impart. Let the image of Arceus, the alpha Pokemon, shimmering at the center of creation, gently guide your thoughts. Feel the deep, rhythmic pulse of time and space, orchestrated by Dialga and Palkia. Sense the benevolent watchfulness of the lake guardians, their knowledge, emotion, and willpower flowing into your own being. Let the ancient elemental forces of nature, embodied by the likes of Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, gently stir the air around you, a soft breeze carrying you further into repose. The legendary Pokemon are not merely characters in a game. They are the very soul of the Pokemon world, the anchors of its mythology, the whisperers of its deepest truths. Their stories are a continuous, evolving tapestry, forever being woven, forever revealing new patterns and insights. And in their boundless existence, in their quiet power, there is a profound sense of peace. This peace is now enveloping you, a gentle cloak woven from starlight and ancient wisdom, guiding you ever so softly into the deepest, most restorative sleep. Their legends will continue to echo in the chambers of your mind, a soothing presence long after consciousness has receded. Sleep, then, and let the legends guard your dreams.